Welcome back, guys. Or I guess welcome here with two new casters. We're gonna put a fill in. I'm Raphael Tenebis Peach. Alongside me is joining me my really favorable German friend, Luis Armageddon Berriman. And we're gonna hope to cast some Minnesota University leagues here. And what is your take on the current meta here?
Yeah, I mean, we have some very interesting picks days. Camille, I think has a 100% pick ban in this league. Is super strong. Every sort of the 3 OP picks that had to be banned by the red side had some nerfs coming their way, but I think they're still pretty strong. I'm super excited. We have 5 people in this lobby, so let's get this party start. Actually, no, they're not going to start until... actually, they do.
We are on to Chat Select and...
Cast a Curse. Cast a Curse.
We love it. And what is the first ban going to be? Is it Camille?
I think the OP bans will fall on the red side mostly, because they can't take the first pick. So we'll see. I think mostly comfort picks will come from the side of Gustavus at this point.
I will wait.
And Unity Chicken Chasers will have to adapt. Okay, Camille immediately coming out. Don't want to deal with that in any capacity at all. I can understand that, to be fair. I would have maybe banned it a bit later, but definitely, if you just want it out of the way, just get it now.
Do you think Ringer's still a top tier pick after nerfs, after like removing his
definitely
tenacity on his W? Okay, so he's still...
definitely.
Okay, he still has the one-shot potential.
It's not tenacity; it's CC immunity. It was before, so that's pretty heavy.
It's 100% tenacity.
But I think if you have a champion that can just go invisible and be ready to pounce on one of your carries for 20 seconds, you have so much pressure in that time. So I can definitely, see Rengar being at least top tier, maybe even still the best jungler in the game,
So based on the elo of those players, we saw it in the pre-game lobby. Who do you think is going to take away this game? Both are 0-2 right now, but who is your prediction to win this?
All right, so UMD Chicken Chasers are definitely favored by their, elo, their RMR. But Gustavus, they both lost both their games, so at this point, at least in this league, they are even. Let's see where this is going. I would say I would favor the UNB Chicken Chasers, but we'll see, I guess. We slowly have the bans trickling in. A lot of jungle bans here, pinching the pool a bit. So we'll see if maybe we'll see the Rek'Sai picks. Maybe we will see something very interesting. Maybe we see a Sejuani. We recently saw that in Russia, actually, which was very fun. Maybe we see a Zac. Maybe we see whatever. Maybe we even see the return of Kindred. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend.
I hope to see it because like the elos of those players are so different, so they could just pick whatever. Like comfort picks normally are better, in my opinion, and like if you have such a huge difference in elo, because you can crush your lane if you're better. It's basically just a skill matchup. It's not about having the most broken champion. Oh, and LeBlanc gets taken off. I say the most OP champion. And do you think they should just go for like who's the top tier AD carry after Varus now? Since Varus gets taken off, is it the Jhin?
I mean, they certainly seem to think so. It's a bit of a, I wouldn't say tie. I think Jhin is still a bit better than Ashe, but I think Ashe is definitely up there. Ashe just with the engage potential doesn't really have any much that she can fuck up. Which yes, you could say but these people wouldn't fuck up. Yes, everybody fucks up. Having an easier champion is always. If you can get the same result. But Jhin definitely, has long range, is very safe in team fights because he can just shoot from the back lines, which definitely helps him a lot. Has a decent early game, so I like him. Let's see. We have the Poppy as the answer for now.
Yeah, I think they're going to lock in the Poppy, and that's a Nocturne. Oh, that's the first unusual pick we have here. That's going to be fun.
I mean, it's not that unusual.
Take me through. What is Nocturne's goal? What is his goal in the jungle right now compared to like these picks as Kha'Zix or other really broken champions?
So Nocturne really likes to, he has decent early ganks with his sphere, but If there's not a big ganking opportunity, he likes to farm until level 6 and then go in. His level 6 ult range is not that great. He gets better the further you go into the game. He tries to snowball a bit, gets terrifying in the literal sense late game. So we see Elise being the answer here. I like these. I like Elise, honestly. Just locks down that Nocturne if he comes in. Maybe get some decent gang stuff. Get the early pressure that Nocturne can't really get. I like that one. And now we're actually seeing the rapid fire picks coming in here. So let's quickly talk about everything. So Poppy, as I said, a decent tank, having good engage, having almost favorable matchups into anything in the top lane. Braum being very easy. Easy peel for your carry, can just shoot you from anything ranged. And now we see 2 more picks coming in. We have Ryze and Twitch. Ryze having obviously the Realm Orb, some decent scaling. Is dangerous late game. I'm sorry. Do you want to say something?
Yeah. So Elise got locked in, and Elise and Nocturne both were kind of snowballing champions. Who do you think gets the early game here from those two?
Depends on what you say is the early game. I think if you say it's past level 6, definitely Nocturne has a shot at getting something in there. Before level 6, Elise is just going to clean up the map, be the presence around. I'm not sure if she can necessarily 1v1 Nocturne, but if she can get the ganks off, she's definitely gonna snowball her team quite a bit. Nocturne, on the other hand, really comes online level 6, whereas Elise doesn't even have an ultimate, really. So I think Nocturne, come level 6, we'll have to get a gank off. We'll have to maybe get some counter jungling in before, and snowball a bit ahead. We'll see how that's going.
Now that we have the 80 carries locked in here, Jhin versus Twitch. Twitch is not a top tier pick, while Jhin is. Do you think, how's the lane gonna play out? Did Jhin has the early game, or is there something we have to expect that we don't expect here?
I mean, we should maybe wait out the support. It seems to be the Zyra. So Twitch, not with the greatest early game, definitely scales very well, but doesn't really have a lot of ability damage early on. If you can get a decent, pounce on somebody, especially with the Zyra at this point, actually it's gonna be the Karma. So I guess they're just gonna play a really safe lane, try to get away with as much farm as possible. Twitch really, comes online with 2 items really. Jhin, already with the early lethality is gonna dominate that lane, at least on paper. With Braum, he's also relatively safe. I don't like the pairing that much because Jhin can't proc the passive of Braum very easily. Only has 4 shots in his magazine, so it's gonna be interesting to see if they can get plays on the bottom lane. With Elise, I guess they might have a shot there. Overall, yeah. Sorry, continue.
Okay, since we talked about all lanes besides mid lane, yesterday I saw a lot of Ryze against Orianna, and Ryze seemed to have an advantage on the lane. Is this still something that's going to happen here, especially if you consider the elo of both mid laners?
Actually, I don't think that it's that bad of a matchup for Orianna in general. She still has a bit of a problem in the matchup, but I think she can farm decently in the early game, can get some plays off. Has some decent harass, and we'll see about that. Considering the elo, I think Orianna is kind of dependent on ball placement, and that's definitely something that increases with skill. So I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. I think early game is not her greatest strength if you can't position her ball correctly. Later on, we'll just see if she can get some good shockwaves off, especially with a ball delivery system onto a Maokai or an Elise. That definitely is a bit easier if you just put the ball on the champion and let them run in, and everybody is scared, even for Maokai.
Yeah, the ball delivery system is something to be afraid of, especially you have a huge lot of squishy champions on red side for chicken chasers. But what are the win conditions for both teams? how are they gonna try to win this game? How are they approaching this game to win?
All right, so the Gustavus, they have a very solid comp. They have a good death ball. They can sometimes send Maokai in the sidelines, but usually, they try to have a more team focused approach. Have everybody in one area. Have the Maokai maybe join in, but in a team fight they definitely try to have a death ball. Whereas Yumdi chicken chasers definitely have a more scattered approach. We have a Nocturne that jumps into the backline. Poppy maybe peeling a bit for the Twitch, running around, being invisible. They definitely try to swarm the opponent, maybe get some picks off as well. Rise with the Realm Warp, also very good for that. Reposition all the time. Try to get away from these full-on 5v5 fights. A ball versus death ball versus death ball. So they'll try to scatter around a bit and get their picks. And as soon as they have one or two picks, they're definitely hard to contend with, and at that point they can siege. So we'll see. Spectator Lay is almost over. I'm excited for this game. Are you too?
I'm too. I'm happy for the Nocturne. Like, I haven't seen a whole lot of Nocturne, even though, like you said, it's not as an unusual pick, but I still haven't seen it a whole lot. I only saw it pick.
Broadcast.
Well, LCL is a joke. Kidding. Yeah, like in the wildcard games, like wildcard tournaments, there are a lot of like more unusual picks compared to if you just watch a boring Korean League meta. But I think I've seen a Nocturne pick from Korea once this season, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess there's something. But like, I'm still happy to cast some champions. They are not the usual dumpsters like Kha'Zix, Rengar, or top lane. I guess we have usual top laners, Poppy and Maokai, but like, at least something's different. We have a Twitch in here, a Karma, which we haven't seen in a while. So you dropped a bit out of the meta.
Wait, no, I'll have to disagree with that. Karma is such a good pick right now. Especially after we saw Zyra and Malzahar being nerfed. I think the meta can't exist without Karma right now,
Oh, okay, after this patch. But like the games I watched on Saturday and Sunday, like the nerfs went through, so like Zyra and Malzahar were like basically pick ban every game. So yeah, I guess you're right. Now Karma's a probably more meta pick, but like she was more, I would say, A tier instead of S tier.
I can see that.
Yeah. Triumphant Rise.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Also with a new, rework, looks super fancy.
Yeah, they do.
Also, we have Pickpocket Twitch, which is so cute. I love it.
Yeah, he looks a bit like, how were they called? The Vault Breakers from Donald Duck.
Ah, okay. I was thinking about Sly Cooper actually.
Oh, Sly Cooper's even better. Yeah, you're right. Or Swiper from Dora.
But he has a better snout, like that more on both Sly Cooper and Twitch here.
Stop being smartass here. Nobody likes that.
I know that, and that's why I do
they're going for the love one and wait. Let's see what happens. Gotta cast at the beginning. Fnatic Death Brush.
What?
Two Fnatic
Are
Death Brush.
Are they both playing a Death Brush?
We're going full NA to full U today. Monsters face check just will go down. No, he has the pointing on him. Quincy Adams drops low, picks up the shield. Meanwhile, Hidden Shadows hits the Deadly Flourish. Sun Snare coming in. Monkfish has to back up, procs the potion. Hidden Shadows has the last shot on, and nope, they're just gonna back away. Quincy Adams, and nothing happens.
And that was really close.
Was a fancy invade here. Nothing happens though. I'm a bit sad. Hope they will commit more for like a 5-man invade. Like 5-man
Nobody
kills.
really wanted to commit, I think, skill points into getting an ability that could actually secure a kill, which is very risky, obviously. I remember back in the day, you had the level 1s where you would take Banish Trust and you basically would have to get a kill or an enemy buff, with everybody, so that he could even get a camp after that, because you can't take a camp with Banish Trust or Mumu.
Yeah, I think the level 1 from Chicken Chase is a bit weaker than from Gustavus, because if you compare the level 1 from like they don't have a single CC besides Quincy Adams, but they may have the snare from Rise, but I don't think he skilled it. While Gustavus, they have the Elise Cocoon if she skilled it, or the Twisted Advance. We have the Braum Shield, which is probably one of the best 111 ones in the game. So it was a bit risky, but I guess it played out. Nothing happened there. And we're just gonna see some more exciting farming because we love late game League of Legends metas.
Yeah. And definitely, I would say that the Chicken Chasers have an advantage in the late game. You know, you have the very well scaling Twitch. You have Rise, who just gets more and more mana as the game goes on. We will see. I would like to see some early plays coming down from Gustavus here.
Yeah, especially with the Elise. Oh, Inner Flame hitting. So does the Q. Shield puts the shield up. He gets there by Deadly Flourish. Nothing happens because 80 carries and 217 don't have early damage before they get. Oh, that's a Nocturne gank. Let's see what happens here. Oh, no, he's just backing away. Oh, he's going back.
Let's see. Meanwhile, Chasing Dream takes a lot of damage in the mid lane.
Oh, he's dropping low now. Oof.
Available from
survivors. Meanwhile, Quincy Adam put some damage on, but a wet noodle fight on top lane. Nothing happening. Meanwhile, Helios is coming in. He's putting down his... Oh, Hidden Shadows gets snared. Unspeakable power picks him up. No, it's actually the poison, the toxic spikes of Kakarino. And
it was the expunge, actually.
Chasing My Dream is not really chasing. He gets chased, but he survives as he procs the Ghost in a flash. 2 summoners traded. Oh, 2 for 1 summoner traded, actually. Quincy Adam activates the Steadfast Presence, comes in, puts on Hammer Shock, pencil levers, dropping a bit low. And he's not loving this. Now they try to get the back up. He should probably back up soonish. And
bottom lane was really sad as well because, you know, you see how much CS is just burned by the tower right now. Hidden Shadow is falling so far behind. He's like 11 CS behind at 4 minutes. That's not good. They were pushed out before. This is hurt. This is hurting.
Yeah, she has the grenade though, so you will pick up some of them. Oh, Quincy Adam misses the CS. He goes in. Hammer Shock puts down. Pencil Love drops low. Crucial Colossus proc shields him though, and nothing happens. Mantra Q drops. Not Mantra Q. It's just a normal Q. Just an Inner Flame there. And let's see what happens. Just trying to clear ward, but it's karma. Nothing happened. So walk me through. Jin started with a longsword, and the Twitch started for Doran's Blade. What is the better start here?
It depends, you know. Jin definitely a bit weaker in the early lane, like the longsword just weaker in general. You know, Doran's Blade is made as a starting item, but as soon as he can pick up the Dirk off of it, he definitely has a decent advantage there. But yes, now we see the BF sword against it, so
yeah,
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Hidden Shadows needs to pick up the Serrated Dirk just to get his early lethality, because we know it's really strong in this meta because of all the buffs it got over the most recent patches. Oh, Chasing My Dream gets proc when the Fallen Lords drop low. Kakarino is getting invisible, putting down his grenade, point grenade. Hidden Shadows take a lot of damage, but Monkfish tries to block with his shield. Oh, both flash forward. Hidden Shadows dropping low, exhausted proc, and dropping low. Oh, this is surely a big kill.
Nice.
As Kakarina gets another kill, and Monkfish drops low too. This is just a stomp on bot lane. Will the toxic spikes pick him up? Oh, we're gonna see a top lane.
No expunge available. That's sad.
Quincy Adams dropping low. Panzerlover's trying to get him. Twisted Wind's gonna come up soon. Knight and Gia flashes forward, misses the cocoon. So it's a flash for flash shade on top. Oh, meanwhile, Helios and Gavine take an Infernal Drake.
Yeah, they just take the initiative and take the Infernal Drake, which is so strong, especially on their team. You know, Nocturne definitely profiting from it massively, as well as Twitch. Rise not that much because he doesn't have that good AP scaling, because he also scales up on mana. But yeah, at least Twitch and Nocturne profiting massively there.
Yeah. Also, thing I want to talk about is an Chasing My Dream picked up the Negatron Cloak. Is an early Abyssal Scepter the right choice in this game?
I mean, if you feel that threatened, definitely it is a good idea. I'm not sure if you can sustain mana at that point.
Oh, Realm War coming in. Beat me out, Scotty, this time, and he's not gonna risk anything. It just backs up with the Realm Warp.
Just don't take the risk. I mean, we sometimes have it when it's sometimes a problem with higher elo players that they overestimate themselves over lower elo players. Just say, I can dodge that cocoon. Yeah, and if you can't, you die. It's not worth it.
Oh, Quincy Adams and Pants Lovers. Some more wet noodle fights. A hammer against a tree.
It looks like the tree, in this case, the Maokai, is trying to pick up a Rod of Ages here, or Righteous Glory, which is interesting.
It looks like it. Is a Rod of Ages really a good item right now on Maokai, or is that something that's normally unheard of?
I would prefer the Sunfire Cape start, but if he feels like he can benefit from a Catalyst, I think I have nothing against that, really. Just to try to get through that early game, because he took a lot of a pounding right now. Yeah,
and Gia takes down the blue elf, doesn't give it to Orianna. You think that he should have given it to the mid laner, or is it better on Elite than it's actually on Orianna?
It basically depends on if you think your mid laner can keep it, and they're playing very safe, like all throughout the map right now. You have, the Abyssal start, it seems like, from Orianna in the mid lane. You have the Catalyst in the top lane. Everybody playing a bit more safe and just waiting for the jungler to come around to see if they can make some plays and make something happen. So giving Elise a bit more is a good idea, I think.
Okay, and on bot lane we see TBS start picking up. He's probably gonna go for some attack speed, but meanwhile Katarina goes invisible, puts his spray and pray down, and nearly gets the kill, but he takes 2 tower shots in exchange for it, and he has to back up. But Doctor from bot lane, Healy is probably looking for something. Meanwhile, Quince Adams diving, League of Legends dropping low, Quince Adams dies here, and he has to go away. League of Legends will get chased, but he's escaping with Rumble. Meanwhile, a die on Hidden Shadows, and Hidden Shadows gets picked up by the Shadows, called Nocturne, but Pantalover drops down, Twisted Advance, gets traded 1-for-1, and Pantalover gets attacked a bit, but it's not going to be enough, because poison doesn't affect the tree. And this is going to be Engia. Cocoon hits, flash with an advance on Kakarina. Kakarina dies, and this is a overall a 3-for-1, and this is worth it in my opinion.
And was it wasn't it just a 2-for-1?
Sure. No, it's a 3-for-1. Mid lane they picked up Quincy Adams, but he respawned.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that definitely very good, very great CC chaining actually, with the Cocoon and the Twisted Advance, just putting Kakarino down in the end.
Yeah, and on Twitch, is he going for Infinity Edge or Hurricane as first item? What is the better choice here? Because he seems to be building a bit of both.
It's very usual actually to pick up a BF sword and then go into the Hurricane. Some people actually pick up another pickaxe, especially on Caitlyn. So I'm not sure how the Twitch meta evolved in that sense. But he seems to be heavily going...
coming in, spray and pray. And he's gonna put down Deadly Venom. 6 seconds, he's dead. He has no chance to survive. No summoners up. Oh well, he had a heal up, but he used it and died anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing how early on Twitch can do this much damage. Just catches out Hidden Shadows there. You normally see a wet noodle fight in the top lane. It was actually a Righteous Glory being picked up.
No, yeah, he's going for the early Righteous Glory. Do they need this engage? Like, they have Elise, they have Maokais. This is like the engage they need because they don't have anything to like go in. Or they have to basically use a flash to go in, or...
I mean, they have
a good choice here.
They have kind of a worse late game, so maybe some engage earlier on.
Healy is missing his shockwave as Healy shields it away, and he's escaping anyway by using Ghost and Flash. So it's 2 summons straight for nothing.
Healy is definitely just timing its shield perfectly, getting that shockwave to do nothing. Really well done. Yeah, Chasing My Dreams had no chance as soon as Healy just saw him, basically. Paranoia available as well, so they might go for a play soon again.
Yeah, and in Gear's top lane, Quincy Adams there, he's pretty tanky. Cocoon misses as he hits him out of it. So does the keeper's verdict. Quincy Adams has nowhere to go, dies to Ngia, and another kill picked up by Ngia, and he's having a good game on this release.
Yeah, definitely. Just capitalizing on the pushing lanes on all sides, just going in there, getting a cocoon down, getting his kills. And he's keeping his team in the game. Look at the gold. Actually, it's even.
Yeah, and
did you expect, like, we saw kind of the Chicken Chasers be very dominant in a couple of lanes, but overall the game is still even after this time. We saw one Infernal Drake, which is definitely a heavy feat, and it seems to be that there's another one going down right now.
Oh yeah, the Drake's dying. And it's another Pearl Drake, so they're gonna have two now, and Healy is dropping fairly low. And there it's picked up, smited away, no chance to steal from Gears. He didn't even try to do that. Putting down a control ward just to get another ward there. And what's happening?
If they knew what it was even going on before it happened. We saw Ngia kind of going in that jungle side, so maybe Ngia sounds kind of female to me.
Well, yeah, but it's the least, so it's okay to say she. We're just going after the champion there. We don't assume Dennis in 2017, lol. Oh, Paranoia coming down, chasing my dream, putting on Shockwave, but it doesn't matter as League of Legends picks it up, and you can chase dreams in League of Legends. Yeah, this is another kill for Rice. No, this is the first kill actually for Rice, not another one, but that's still a huge lead for the mid laner here.
Yeah, Healist kind of chasing his dream, which is more and more kills on that Orianna in the mid lane.
Yeah, and do you think the Nocturne is paying off here? To say, like, Bruce Paranoia, he always gets a kill when he uses it. He died once for it, but Kakarina comes in, spray and pray used. The Unbreakable will gets put up, but it doesn't matter. Monkfish just can't tank it. And Kakarina is just so fat. He just takes him down with 2 or 3 shots, and this is a 2 for 0 if you look at the last minute. What happened? He puts down 2 of his traps. But Kakarina's getting the attack speed and taking down first tower.
Yeah. So Twitch definitely, taking his, to some extent, limited early power if you know what he's doing. But if he gets a pounce on you, with the sneak, you're gonna have a problem,
Sneaky! He comes back, but he has already backed away, and now Hidden Shadows is alone, and he is hidden in the shadows of death. And Kakarino, he's just really, I would almost say, destroying this game. Like, he's carrying alone basically, 5-1-1, nearly a perfect kill participation as an AD carry. That's really good. Yeah. Teleport coming down. We get another play to cast, and Gavine has to flash over. The Glacial Fissure just completely misses. Plasticon used to escape, and meanwhile they're gonna drop mid lane.
Yeah, nice rotation here. Everybody jumping mid lane. Karma coming out from the side, and Gia trying to do something here. But they get the turret. Gate coming down.
The turret call. Shockwave onto 3 people. This is insane. Coming down. Kakarino is snared up by the Cocoon. Has no chance to go. Quincy Adam may be tanky, but he is just a poppy. He flashes over, tries to escape, but he's gonna get twisted advanced. Die probably in the end. Puts Monkfish in the wall. Doesn't matter. League of Legends gets Cocoon. Uses his thing to escape, but it doesn't matter. He gets picked up anyway. And in the end, it's a 4-0 for the team that was behind the goal and still is behind the goal.
Gustavus quickly turning into DJ Khaled and is saying another one, picking up the damage dealers first. So Chicken Chasers just with no answer really here.
No, Gavine's out of his.
One turret. Can they get one more? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's probably gonna escape that. Yeah, they're not risking to chase that. They're just gonna take some turrets, and yeah,
they should get out now.
Gustavus, they just screamed another one, while Hidden Shadows in the back was really hidden and just screamed 4 every single time, taking a kill of it. So we're gonna back away now. Take me through what is the goal of both teams, since Chicken Chasers are 2,000 gold ahead. What are they trying to approach now to win this game?
Alright, so the Chicken Chasers definitely now somewhat, like, Twitch needs a bit more to the Infinity Edge. So they're waiting for like the next couple of smaller items coming in. At that point, they are at their strongest. Quincy Adams waiting for his Airborne Gauntlet in the top as well. So with the next bunch of items coming in, they are at the strongest. And at that point, they will try to strike back against Gustavus. For now, they still have at least a bit of time to farm up and see how they can prepare here.
Yeah, and they're trying to do something, rotating top now, putting the 5-2 carry top, so they're gonna take down the next tier 1 turret, as they already took down 2 of them. I'll look for the last one, Chasing My Dreams, getting chased by the Dusk. Oh, the Paranoid coming in, Chasing My Dreams, snared up, he's dead, and Helios just picks up another kill. Oh, hello, he screams, as he goes to the Pants Lover, but that's a 3-man knockback, he may be able to escape for that. And also, no, he's gonna turn on half the flash away. Curtain coming down in gear slow, going back with the curtain call, and not curtain call, with the Spidey Sense. And Kakarino just gets Kakarino this time, as Monker's in the middle, getting taken down by League of Legends, and Hidden Shadows, he's not doing anything, getting put in the wall, dropping low. Keith Zurich knocks him up, just may be able to kill if he gets another hammer shot, but doesn't matter. Fenslover tries to help him, putting on Twisted Advance and knocking him back, so in the end it's a 1-for-1. With Summoners traded. Who came ahead in this trade? Oh, I guess I know that answer.
You see it.
Yeah.
It's a case of the game answering itself,
Yeah, and they pick up another tier 1 turret, getting the lead for 4k gold now. So what is the way that Gustavus can come back here? Like what are they trying to do here to win this?
One thing I quickly want to talk about before it goes away, Rift Shadow is still up, and Quincy Adams definitely would maybe like to take that, because as soon as he picks up the Iceborne Gauntlet, he will not lose the split push against Panzer Lover anymore. He can just ignore him basically. So I'd like to pick for them to pick that up. Not sure if they will take it. The way back for Gustavus, as you asked me, basically. I have to be more careful. Put down a bit more vision, and get your wombo combos off when it matters.
Yeah, they're gonna chase another Drake here. This is 3-0 in Drakes, assuming no steal comes in. But Ingear gets put down the wall. Hammer shock, dropping low, repels up, tries to escape.
This is one of the
2 people, and Gear just gets killed. Kukurino heals himself, but it's not gonna be enough as he dies in the end. Meanwhile, Helios in the middle of the fight dies to him. Shadow tries to survive. He's Valiant HP as they try to survive. League of Legends not be able to take the realm board as he gets snared up by the Twisted Advance. Meanwhile, Quincy Adams puts Pantalones back in the fight. He's dropping pretty low. He may be going down here. Yes, the tree gets cut down by the hammer, and Chasing My Dreams barely escapes. No, Hidden Shadows barely escapes. I mean, and this is an overall 3-for-2 trade, and they're just gonna keep getting advantages over and over again as their mid laner, just League of Legends putting down a good show here.
Also, I think that that fight was kind of on the back of Quincy Adams here. His 2 biggest damage dealers at the moment, at least, Helios and Kakarino, died relatively early, but he was just able to hold that front line, get League of Legends in the right position. Really well played. He's just unfaltering with his 2 items here. Hasn't even been back in a while.
Well, he's just gone. This is a mistake, and he dies for nothing.
Ouch. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, he's just gone. Like this, I'm not sure if League of Legends actually realized it's 300 gold instead of 30, because it looked like a minion dying there. But they're gonna pick up some farm in the mid lane, and they're going back to Baron Dan, probably putting on some wards. Pantalover is interrupting it, and is Baron the next step in this game for red side?
Definitely. I think they should let Quincy Adams back first of all, because he has 2,200 gold in his inventory. Then send him bottom lane with the teleport. I guess he's just waiting for that to come back up.
Yeah, and Quincy Adams has no mana, so he's not going for the trade with the tree. Backing up, and everybody is just like, this is the quiet before the storm, nothing happening, silence before the storm. Yeah, they're putting out some wards. 4-man bot lane. It's risky.
Especially if Baron is up. They are spotted.
Oh, this is huge. You should start it.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, Oh no, they're going for the pickup on top lane. Pansy lovers will get snared up. Goes with True advance in. Doesn't matter. Dusk Shroud. Oh, Kakarina going invisible and going out.
I mean, they kind of know that they don't have to risk it, you know? Don't have to risk a steal, honestly.
Oh, they're going for it, though. Nobody's there. This is gonna be a free Baron. Going for, yeah, one Mountain Direct, two Infernal Decks. It's going down real fast.
And they're not even responding.
Yeah, they probably didn't view it. They didn't expect it. This is a mistake. They should have expected that. Putting down both bot laners, the bot lane with no way to come up, like, that's... Oh, flash forward! Kakarina out of position, gets Cocoon up, and he's dead. In the end, he puts on his brain play, doesn't matter yet. In gear, gets picked up by League of Legends, though, so it's a 1-for-1 overall. With Burn picked up, Pest Lovers tanks up 2 of them. Meanwhile, Shockwave onto League of Legends and Quincy Adams. League of Legends first goal to chase my dreams. Redemption coming down, healing them up. He uses his cleanse to escape. Pest Lovers, meanwhile, in the mid, into 3 people. He will die, and it's an overall 3-for-1 with Baron picked up as Hidden Shadows and Monk first try to push bot lane, but I have to back up now because the Baron buff is gonna push down mid lane. And do you think that's gonna be an inhibitor here?
Yeah, I guess the only thing that you can say on the side of Gustavus is they tried. And they had some halfway decent showing at certain points here, but in the end it seems like the Chicken Chasers are just an overmight here. Will pick up this game.
Yeah, this looks like it, but... So what is the option here for Gustavus? Oh, Relmo coming in, beam me to top lane, taking up another turret here.
They need to kind of get. They need to kind of get good picks on League of Legends and Kakarino at the early stages of a fight, and then win a couple of fights to get in his. And you know that's very unlikely, if I say so myself.
Especially since some of those players are really experienced playing since Season 1 or Season 2, so they have experience under their belt, they know how to close out games. So I don't expect a throw, but you never know what happens in League of Legends. So especially like in such a mixed elo, anything can happen. And
basically what I say is, if the Chicken Chasers are smart enough to not have League of Legends and Kakarino in this in one range of a Shockwave, I think they should take this game home.
Yeah, Flash coming up for Pencil Lovers in about 2.5 minutes. So, and Flash to advance with an Oriana ball on him could still make the change in the fight, even though they're behind in 10,000 gold. But it's unlikely it's gonna happen. You need that 3k elo Shockwave. You need to throw out on your team, and Gears, meanwhile, getting caught out, has to flash away, didn't even use his repel, and they're gonna take down the turret.
And 3k, Shockwave without even a rumble.
Sneaky, spray, chasing my dream, dropping really low, Shockwave coming down, onto chasing my dream, but he's going too deep, took too much of his fight. He screams, the golfer type scream 4 as he picks up another kill.
Not even that low.
Coming down. Oh yeah, they just want to get to slow though. So League of Legends gets picked up by the Twist Advance. This is a comeback maybe, and we talked about it. Such a mistake is just crucial. You can't dive that deep, even though you have the paranoia. Nobody could help him. Quincy Adams meanwhile in the mid lane taking on another inhibitor, and I think they have to back. He's going back up now. Nope, he's going back. Twist Advance.
How much damage they can actually do here?
Yeah. Oh, this is the first straight for Gustavo on, and Gia misses the cocoon. Oh no, teleport. Oh, it's teleport from past levels.
Here comes Quincy Adams.
Oh, Quincy Adams chasing my dreams out of position to take off the dragon, but loses the mid laner for it. And
Fish has to be careful.
Yeah, Gavin has to go back probably. That's the spiritual flame. And Exhaust coming down. Quincy Adams going into Monkfish, trying to pick up the kill. Probably will, since Monkfish doesn't have flash. Mill and Edis have to fight. And Gia gets picked up too. Gavine has to flash away. Pencil is dropping pretty low. Helios is back there, putting down his unspeakable horrors so that he gets feared, gets CC'd, puts on Twist Advance, trying to pick up in return, but he's tanky, does deal damage though. And it's gonna be a kill. Quincy Adams is unstoppable.
Basically what we just said about the chicken chasers, don't overstep, don't try to get too much. That's exactly the same problem that Gustavus had here. They tried to get that dragon, even though some people might be coming in again. They underestimated Quincy Adams here, and they pay for it with an inhibitor and maybe another inhibitor turret.
Yeah, like there's a huge price to pay, especially since this could be one of the last pushes. Putting down some damage here from both sides. Heal is dropping low, has no mana. They may want to back up here. Yeah, they're gonna put down the shield, run away, and say, call it a day. Going back home.
It was kind of a very good play from Quincy Adams there, actually, because, you saw Kakarino actually getting locked down a bit there, I think from the Deadly Flourish, and Chasing My Dream tried to get in Shockwave range, and Quincy Adams just knocked him out with the Keeper's Verdict. I love it.
Keeps verdict. And yeah, I gotta agree. Quincy Adams has a huge showing. He started 0-2-0 in the game because he got ganked twice by Nia in the early stage of the game, but now he's unstoppable, being 5-3-5. Oh, League of Legends flashes over. Chasing My Dream puts on Shockwave. Shouldn't even matter. No, he gets picked up in the end. Putting down the cleanse. Realm Ward's out probably as soon as the Cocoon doesn't miss, and it does miss. So he's getting out fast.
I don't even know why I'm surprised about these damage values anymore. It happens so often by now, but every time the health bar drops like halfway down after a League of Legends queue,
Yeah, and he makes the same too. League of Legends is kind of a broken game, and the Rise deals billions of damage. And it's it's the late stage of the game, so he deals even more of his mana. It doesn't matter which stage of the game, he always deals damage, but now he deals even more. Hidden Shadows procs the Edge of the Night just to not get picked up. And oh, he gets snared up, and the 2 spells just deal him half-life. Kakarino, Sprain Prey just dies. Monster has unbreakable will up, but it doesn't matter. This damage is just insane. 2 kills for Twitch, that's just a sneaky rat there. Chasing My Dreams, gets chased into Ufa Paranoia. And Healy is dropping pretty low, redemption coming down, Pencil Lovers are 20% health, has to flash away. That's probably gonna be game here as Kakarino goes out of the sneaky and yeah, good game, well played for Chicken Chasers. They chased Gustavus all the way. Quincy had a flash in, trying to pick up some more kills, getting a KD out. Kakarino double kill, Kakarino probably a triple kill. Yes, and he picks up the 50 gold in the end. Good game, well played.
GG. And this is their first win of the season, turning it around a bit. And if they keep up this play, and don't overchase all the time, like all the time is a bit overdo it. But if they don't overchase that as much as today, and play against a couple of better opponents, show this level of play, I think they can make it a bit further than 0-1 and a 1-2 right now.
Yeah, and they may want to. They try to look to turn the season around, being a 1-2 instead of 0-2. But like the other team, Gustavus, they're 0-3, and they have to look what to change because they're low. Like they're 0-3. They're gonna have to play some more games, and starting 0-3 in the season is not the best start you can have, not the best start imaginable. And yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. But who's your MVP in this game? Who are you saying he stood out the most? He carried his team on the back, or did the most for his team? Who do you think is that?
If you look on the face of it, you could say, "Oh, it's Kakarino. He got the most kills. He did the most damage," and you wouldn't be that wrong, honestly. He definitely had a very good impact in the early game and snowballing the game, but he died a couple of times too often for me. He overstepped his boundaries a couple of times. I would like to give it to League of Legends here. He always got his picks down, only died twice, got so much damage down, and in the end, in the team fights, carried the game. I'll give it to League of Legends here on the rise.
Yeah, I gotta completely agree with this. His picks, like just flashing over the wall and just be like, I know that he's there, getting that kill and even escaping without dying for it, even though he's so deep in enemy jungle. It's just a huge player. He has the most from his team too. So I think we're gonna send it back for now, since we're gonna go for a break, gonna get some drinks, gonna get refresh the voice here as we say good game to Chicken Chasers, and we're gonna see you back in just a few minutes. Have fun and get some popcorn.
So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkest skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A soul ray of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last light.
Welcome back, guys. We're here for the second game of MNLCS, Minnesota Community College games, I guess. And we're gonna cast some Macalester against CSS Fighting Saints. And Fighting Saints are 2-0 right now. Macalester is 1-1, so we have a bit more top of the pack games here. And if we look at the teams, both of them seem to be equal in elo. What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely have some more equity here. On the side of Macalester, we have two sort of low gold players, while we also have a low platinum player. Oh, we're already jumping into the pick and bans. But yeah, definitely, like we have one player, which is Hanup, and basically he's the highest elo player overall here. They have more silvers, but on the other side we have like a lower plat to lower gold, but a bit more higher elo, like
Seems
in
you
the
left
spread
Brave
basically.
Pants at home. Want me to wait while
We're
you
gonna
go
see
get
some
them?
unusual bans in Zack and Rex side. They're not right top tier, they're like A tier, so I guess it's probably more for target ban against those players. And
Inevitably.
do you think you're gonna see some unusual picks again, or are they gonna go for some meta here?
I wouldn't count anything out at this point. Or at this point, just always sounds like, we saw so much shit so far. No, but I wouldn't count it out. These people, aren't full-time players. They cannot practice every single meta pick, every single meta. So they might just fall back to some comfort picks here, which I honestly like to see more. Offer some higher level of play in the lower leagues, in the lower ranks.
Yeah.
So we see the Kazakhs starting here. It is a very meta pick, but if you can play him, he's very good.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna go against a Rengar now, since Rengar is open. Oh, no, it's not a Kha'Zix, so Kha'Zix is open, so is Rengar. We don't have 5 bans here. Oh, he's gonna switch it up a bit. Let's see what he's gonna see. Is it a Trundle?
Yeah, it's the old casters don't react to what is hovered. That's always, that's kind of a caster rule, and I broke it, and I'm sorry for that. We'll just wait until it is the Kazakhs. It is the Kazakhs in the yeah, definitely
just control
like
a bit here. Do you think what's gonna come in? Oh, that's a Maokai. Do you think they're gonna pick the Rengar that early, even though the jungle's already picked, or?
I don't think they have to. Maybe they want to. I don't know. Maybe they want to, keep up the later picks for counter picks. I'd like them to pick up their bottom lane relatively early now, and maybe at the last stage, pick mid lane. Putting out Maokai this early on, Maokai doesn't really have that many bad, like really abysmal matchups, but I still think that they should have maybe waited with the top lane pick. They weren't rushed really, and now they weren't able to pick up an AD carry, for example.
Yeah, and that's a Nami here. So both top tier AD carries in Varus, Jhin, and also Ashe are all open. So let's see what they're going for. Oh, they're looking for the Trundle early on. Is that a good pick against Maokai? What is the matchup there?
On hovers.
I'm an idiot. But Jhin is getting locked in. So is the Trundle. So I'm allowed to ask that now. What is the Trundle Maokai matchup?
Trundle definitely a bit of a, he's not completely anti-meta. He's not a tank shredder, but he's definitely still a tank killer. You build a bit tanky yourself, but you always win the 1v1 against the Maokai. Maokai can push back in the a bit later stages of the game, but has to be careful all the time around the Trundle, while Trundle can just go in to seal your tank stats, which is very nice against the Maokai. Also, we saw Jhin. I talked about Jhin at length in the last game. I like the pick. we'll see where this is going. The problem though is you have Jin versus Nami, so Jin definitely has to get the Edge of Night relatively early, at least second item, because Nami is actually a counter to Jin in the sense that she can send out her ultimate to block the to interrupt the curtain call. So I like that one.
Do you think that's going to be a Mordekaiser mid lane here? Oh yeah, it has to be a Mordekaiser mid. Mordekaiser was picked in LCS last season, but things
Actually,
changed. I don't know about that.
Even this season.
Yeah,
in Europe,
so maybe
as a Katarina counter pick though, so I'm not entirely sure. And we see Corki being hovered against it, and that's gonna be a hard time for the Mordekaiser in the mid lane. He has some decent, ways to circumvent being pushed out of lane, but I still think that a Corki will be able to do some decent work there against him in the mid lane. Maybe we'd see him swap to jungle. I'm not sure. Mordekaiser jungle was also something that was talked about at some point.
Yeah, and now they're gonna go for a Corki fresh bot lane against an Ezreal Nami lane. How is that gonna play out?
Yeah, so Jin Thresh definitely with a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, it's Jin.
With a lot of kill pressure, even but Nami and Ezreal, they're kind of good at circumventing that. Nami has to be careful not to get hooked. That's basically the biggest thing. And with a deadly flourish, that's not always that easy. So let's see how that's going on. Hecarim being picked up. Hecarim, we've seen it in Compete League, actually, which we both are coming from. Hecarim is sort of like in the lower elos, Hecarim is just a stomper all over the place. And I really love the pickup here.
Yeah, and shameless self-plugging, we gotta agree with this Hecarim is really easy to play. Like, you don't have any real skill shots. His ultimate is kind of skill shot, but it's like huge, as Trump would say it. So I guess that's like an easy pickup. Maokai is the easy champion too. I guess the other three champions are rather hard. Mordekaiser is probably a knowledge champion. Ezreal is a skill champion. One of the hardest AD carries in the game. So is Nami. You have to know what you're doing. On the other side, they're basically just skill champs. I don't know about Trundle, how hard he is to play, since I never played him myself, but the other three certainly are. So we're gonna see
on Trundle. You need Trundle always seems very easy, but first of all, pillar placement is crucial, and also the knowledge of when can you go in, when are you overstaying, when should you Trundle rarely wants to break up a trade, but at some point you should, and you have to know those things. When to use your ultimate, and when you can pressure Maokai the most. If you get those things right, Trundle can easily pressure a Maokai out of lane come level 6.
Yeah, and this ult just steals everything from Maokai. So it's rather not a fight you want to take, a 1v1, even though you're tanky on Maokai, you will lose all those tanky stats. The tanky gets Trundle with his ultimate. So it's going to be a rather interesting fight. And let's look at the jungle. Kha'Zix against Hecarim, two champions are rather people like to pick in this meta. So who is an advantage here?
It depends really on how the Kha'Zix plays it. Because I think Kha'Zix has even though Hecarim is kind of strong, especially if he gets the stat boost with the Ghost, I think Kha'Zix still wins the early 1v1s. So Hecarim kind of has to work around that. Is the better ganker. Kind of have a problem with the Mordekaiser in that sense as well, because the Mordekaiser can't. It is hard for a Mordekaiser to help him because he's slow. Like a Corki, especially with a package, can accept him, and at that point, he has to be careful. Like if Kha'Zix and Corki with a package, just corner him, he's dead. He's so dead so fast.
True, and they have a lot of burst on the side of Mavericks and Macalester, as they have a Corki which has rather big burst, Kha'Zix has a big burst, Jin with 4 shot of course too. I guess the Trundle does more damage over time, but everything else is rather bursty. And on the other side, it's rather like damage over time. Maokai deals more damage the longer the fight goes. Ezreal tries just to poke, and Mordekaiser, I mean, he has a bit of burst with his last Q auto attack, but he has to stack them first. So I think the longer the fights go, do you think that CSS just has a huge advantage here? Do you think that's something to consider?
Actually, it depends on the Trundle. Like if the Trundle can get ahead, you don't want you can't have the fight and sooner, because if you have a fat Trundle, he's just gonna roll over your team slowly and very painfully. But if they can, push him a bit low, if he's not that far ahead, if you can push him low, at that point they really like a bit of a more drawn out fight. But they also would obviously, like if they can get the wombo combo with the Maelstrom, as well as
Vengeful
the
Maelstrom.
no, the Hecarim Maelstrom.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the.
They're both Maelstroms, and how's the Hecarim Maelstrom called again?
I've never had to cast a Hecarim game yet, so I think it's something with Shadow. Maelstrom or Shadows or something.
We'll see.
Give me a moment. When we're in game, I will tell you.
We'll see in game. I can't say it right now. But if they can get a wombo combo with the True Shot Barrage, the Hecarim Ultimate, if they can get everything together,
Onslaught of Shadows.
Onslaught of Shadows. What was the other Maelstrom then? There were two Maelstroms, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly can't tell you, but I know it's Onslaught of Shadows.
Okay, it's the Onslaught of Shadows. I'm sorry for that one. So if they can maybe clean up, a Corki and a Jhin, or a Jhin and a Kha'Zix, or a Corki and a Kha'Zix, or even just thrash with them, with one of them, they're going to be in a good position to win a team fight, regardless. We see that beautiful spawning animation from Blood Moon Jhin there.
Yeah, with the Challenger Ahri tails on his back and a headless Hecarim on the other side, we have beautiful skins coming in. And my favorite Mordekaiser kit, Ace of Clubs. So, funny enough, this is my third Mordekaiser game I had to cast in 6 livestream casts.
You didn't have to
draw
cast
those Hecarims.
Didn't have to cast a Hecarim.
That's true, yeah.
I think that's something
funny
wrong
enough,
with you.
actually.
I think there's something wrong with you, mate.
Yeah, and
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Just kidding.
Just draw those unusual picks. I'm
kidding,
unusual. I'm weird. It's fair enough. Marvel's Maven on this now. Well, you wanna something we forgot last game we can do is introduce the teams here. I will do blue side. On Trundle, we have Dwight on Trundle. On the jungle, we have Kha'Zix with Hear Me Roar on his side. No Boots is playing Corki on the mid lane. Lil Condor is playing Jhin as AD carry. And Formic Nightfall is playing the Nightfall Trash. And on red side, we have CSS Saints picking up Krell is playing the Maokai. I'm sorry, you can continue. That's some synergy this here.
I want to say something too. We have Cynos in the jungle onto the Hecarim, H-Nub in the mid lane on the Mordekaiser, ex-Soviet. Guess he's not in the Soviet Union anymore. On the Ezreal in the bottom lane, together with Marvelous Marvin, who's on the army here.
I mean, it makes kind of sense that the Soviet is playing the communist lane and bot lane, sharing all his gold.
But he's an ex-Soviet.
I mean, that's true, I guess. But you never lose the communism in you. You can leave the communist country, but you can't leave the communism doesn't leave you. So, anyway, as we go into the game, this bouncing grenade looks fancy. Gotta be honest. And putting on some poke here. How is the mid lane gonna play out? How is the Mordekaiser core killing going to happen? Both with exhaust on top of it.
Basically, I'm not entirely sure, because I'm not sure how much damage a Mordekaiser can actually mitigate. The way I see it, I think Corki should be able to dominate there in the early game here and pick up a decent CS lead, and then has to be careful not to get flashed on after the third auto.
And Borg indeed, as we see some normal trades coming in, boring laning phase. Nobody went for the bait this time, sadly enough, and we're gonna have some League of Legends laning phase. Exciting. At least we have a death sense on this lane, so maybe something's happened. Maybe he's going to look for something here. And so how is this mid bot lane gonna play out?
Yeah, we talked about it a bit in Champ Select already, but I think you know, Marvelous, Marvin, and Extoviet will try to get some poke down. You know, you have the old triangle. You know, poke, kill, sustain lane. You know, if they can get their poke down, I guess we won't see an engagement from the blue side. Yeah.
Oh, Death Sentence barely misses as he dashes away with his fancy magic teleport. And do you think what's the win condition on Macalester's side? Oh, bubble hits. Never mind. Nothing happens. Forming Nightfall May looking for something. Okay, back to the point. What is the win condition for Mavericks and not Maverick, Macalester?
They're not in Texas, mate.
Minnesota, basically Texas.
Okay, you just pissed off at least half of our chat. I mean,
yeah, probably whole of the chat doesn't matter.
Macalester, basically, they have a couple of conditions that could be met. You know, for once you have the top lane, Trundle. You know, if he gets ahead, if they let him play, you know, he's just gonna run in their top lane and dominate this game. But on the other hand, they can get a decent lead and start sieging. You know, they have decent poke here. They should have decent objective control. They could get some picks. Overall, I think it's a pretty well-rounded comp. Maybe a bit thin on the front line side, bit thin on the CC side. But you have Thresh for that, I guess. And on the side of CSS fighting Saints, I guess they try to get some kills, you know, then group up, get some decent team fights, get a bit of poke down, push Macalester off of objective, especially, you know, the Baron later on, and you can also, you know, siege with the.
Oh, that's a gank. He's dashing forward, misses the Valkyrie. Gansel has to flash away. Exhaust proc, so it's a flash for an exhaust here. And a gank that didn't work out. Oh, he also ghosted for that, so tried to get a kill really hard. Meanwhile, H&Up gets his ultimate, his Children of the Grave. And in the jungle, we have a green, we have a Tracker's Knife against a Stalker's Blade. Which is the preferable build in those champions?
I think they're both playing pretty much standardly here. You sometimes see a Stalker's Blade on a Kha'Zix. You also sometimes see, you know, the Skirmisher's Saber. It's basically preference at this point. So if you want to get a bit more coverage down, be a bit more productive while you sort of go into the enemy jungle, you know. He can 1v1 Hecarim without the Skirmisher's Saber, so he rather chooses to get some wards down instead. I kind of can see that approach. On the other side, you know, Hecarim is Stalker's Blade all the way.
Yeah, they miss all skill shots on bot lane, so no real trade coming in. Krell teleporting top lane, Krell the 4th, under Victorious Maokai, putting on some damage. Kind of even trade. Oh, they're going in, flayed in, Marvel's Maven drops into half-life, nothing happens as we go back to the noodle fight on top lane.
I think Condor was out of shots there.
Think so too. Oh, the Mystic Shot, putting on some damage, poke, fun to play. And yeah, discussion even lane, nothing really happening. Actually, 700 gold lead for Macalester. And this must be the farm advantage at top and mid half. Both are nearly 10 CS ahead, so
already
that's quite a goal.
Kind of alluded to it. Both lanes kind of in the favor of Macalester here. I guess H-Up will try to go for a dragon together.
Well, it's low. He has to flash away. Puts on the just tank, but he's slowing him up. He's going to eat him up. Maybe he's diving, flashes forward, bites him, and just showcases his strong goat's teeth, and that's gonna be first blood here. That's a one-on-one kill. It did not expect that, and Krell didn't expect the damage either. That's gonna be a huge swing for him, don't you think?
He seems to be going for the Iceborne Gauntlet here first.
Oh, H-Nub tries to pick up a kill in return, but he's not gonna do anything. At least I don't think so. He has flashes forward, puts down ultimate, chills off the grave.
that.
That's not gonna be enough. Oh no, he has Sapphire Touch. It's gonna be enough.
It is.
Bombs. Just takes the Children of the Graves with him.
Yeah, nicely done there actually by H-Nub, picking up 2 stacks on the minion and then just flashing.
Yeah.
Having that awareness. Really nice.
Oh, no boots. Picks up the blue buff. He already has boots. He's a liar of his name. And on bot lane,
No,
gonna
he's
see
not.
a tier picked up.
He is not, because it's not called noob. That is in German as Z.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's no Zeus.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. He tried to fool us there. And Stwit goes his own teammates showing up, doing nothing though. And I mean, I guess he only has 1 boot, so he's like, he doesn't have multiple, so he's not lying yet. Anyway, as we talk about fancy boots in League of Legends, bot lane just pokes back and forth or takes farm forever. They don't even poke, since no death sentence really hit yet. Oh, Krell's on the tower, getting some damage on, and I think that death sentence hits. Soviet is there, takes it with the face, takes it like a real Russian man. Forming Nightfall, drops low, he gets healed, not enough. As the ultimate picks him up, Soviet has to flash away. This is an extended fight, 4-4. Court call gets put down, Sinus has to go away, doesn't matter. On top lane, No Boots is there, picks him up, Sword drops low, H-Nub chases the last current call shot, dies anyway, as No Boots picks up more kills. Meanwhile, Lit Condor says 4, picking up Soviet, and Marvel's Maven goes back without anything really happening here. Besides
3
a 4
for
for
1
2.
there.
Oh, a 3 for 1, yeah, you're right. And Teleport was not up by Krell, so they're gonna get the Drake too. This is just a huge trade by Macalester. What do you think?
This is especially important against H-Nub because, you know, he's Mordekaiser. He can pick up the dragon for himself. But kind of... you kind of have a problem when you have a Kha'Zix against, you know, the Mordekaiser, because Kha'Zix is kind of known to be able to pick up dragons on his own, just sneak them, jump over the wall and take them. That's why, you know, blue side Kha'Zix is so great.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Kha'Zix can take towers, and H-Nub to beat it fully on the full strength of a champion. He needs those Drakes, because the Drakes really take down turret really easily, and without it, he's kind of struggling. So they may want to look to put on some wards next time the Drake is around. But for now, it's just gonna be a 1.8 gold, 1.8 thousand gold lead for Macalester, and they're going to look for 2-1 here, trying to even out the standings. Oops, just farming.
Interesting. So it seems to be that Trundle is actually... Oh, wait, let's see the fight here.
That's not a fight. That's just some face smacking.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not for the Trinity Force, as you were saying.
That's actually... no, I said Iceborne Gauntlet, actually.
Well, he picked... Yeah, I know you were talking about it. That's what... Yeah. You think Trinity Force is a better item than Iceborne Gauntlet, or other way around?
It's I think Trinity Force is better for snowballing. Also, you don't have an armor opponent right now. You know, you don't have for example, a Shen, or actually Shen is magic damage. I'm sorry. So you can afford to not build the armor right now. But you know, I'd kind of prefer the good old Iceborne Gauntlet into...
Oh, Death Sentence misses. Marvel's Maven hits it LA first. Current call coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4 misses. So no golf ball hitting this time. And oh, Krell was putting down some damage. Nothing happening. Sprinting, and he's back. He's not risking anything.
He tried.
Oh, Death Sentence into the minion. Nothing happens. Oh, extended fight on top lane maybe. The ultimate's coming down. Now he gets it. Krell's flashing away, but it's too late. Flashes forward. 1 auto attack. Dasheen proc taking him down. 2-1-3. Having a good game to it as he picks up another solo kill on top lane.
Yeah, Trundle slowly but surely turning into the godfather of this game. You don't mess with him. You know, if you get it onto him in person, you know, you're just already dead. You know.
Oh, gang package! A huge package from Marvel's Maven. Kappa Pride. He will get taken down here. Nobu's flash forward to take it down, but Onslaught of Shadows fears everybody. Sinus and Zoe tried to turn this around. Everybody, so teleport coming in for Krell. He is full there. Twisted Advance Forward takes one down. Connor's dropping low. Connor's dropping low. Nobu's mill picks on the back. Picks Ezreal back up. Takes another one down. Krell probably has Twisted Advance back up. But Hear Me Roar is here. And it's probably going to be a 4 for 3 in the end. As Krell takes down, uses teleport though. So it is an overall another favorable trade for Macalester. How did this play went out? Tell me.
It's, you know, it was kind of chaotic. You know, we had 2 re-engages coming down. First of all, we had, you know, the play from Corki coming in with a Valkyrie with a package. You know, they pick up Marvelous Maven. Sorry, he gets another turret. Everybody takes a lot of damage. Then we have the re-engage with Grail coming in with a teleport, and in the end, you know, Kha'Zix picks up his own. You know, gets his first kill of the game, puts himself on the scoreboard. I like that one. So yeah, overall, Macalester again kind of coming out on top, especially, you know, if you look at the top lane, where Trundle was able to pick up even more farm now.
Yeah, and oh, they're gonna clear some wards here. He has the first shot. Exoviet goes forward. He doesn't have to dash now. So, deadly, doesn't miss anyway. Exoviet gets picked by Deadly first. Curtain Call coming down. Oh, we're going to top lane. I don't want to see top lane. Exoviet flashes away, tries to survive. Oh, he's gonna get hit by the 4th shot, and I think Marvel's Man got hit here. Marvel's Man is dropping low as Hear Me Roar is there. Meanwhile, Hear Me Roar flashes forward, no, dashes forward, flashes back, gets a kill, and it's a 1 for nothing. Meanwhile, top lane extended trade as Swit and Krell just both smack their faces in each other, doing fairly, at least something, I guess. Oh, Sinus is there, putting Ghost down, running forward, doesn't get the kill. Kron's to it out of top lane again. Both ultimates are down though, so nothing's probably gonna happen. Oh, so it's going, no, he's not going for the dive, so it's just gonna be nothing here. And overall, it's a 1 for nothing. Flash is traded over the board, and Macalester used, I think, 3 summoners for that kill. You think that's a worth trade?
I think in the end, you know, getting kills onto the Kha'Zix is always kind of worth it, especially if there's no, you know, objective right now that would need those summoners. Yeah, like, he can snowball ahead so far, and in the end would be, you know, one of the few people that can actually still get to Exoviet, while other, you know, Trundle's just not gonna get there into the backline, you know. Exoviet is just gonna jump away, gets the speed up by the Phage.
Oh, nothing happening. Anyway, bot lane, extended trade, as I say it's nothing happened, but something's happening. But yet nothing happened. He sort of gets on some damage. Or he drops early low. Curtain Call is not up yet. Deli first hits though. Oh, the big one hits him and takes him down in the end with the auto attack and Machine Proc. Oh, as Andrew in top lane, ult coming down, Krell's dropping low, Sinus is there though, Onslaught of Shadows, doesn't really hit him, he doesn't get weird, Stuart tries to get the kill back, Krell's gonna escape, no! Krell's surviving here as Stuart gets taken down, but first turret for bot lane, it's traded between 4 people, so it's not as huge. They're making the commonest trade, everybody gets some gold here, and they're getting another mountain trade, that's gonna help them with the objectives. Meanwhile, Sinus tries to take down the turret, and that's some huge pickups here. Like, Macalester's just going ahead farther and farther. And do you think, as Hecarim finished his Cinderhulk on his jungle item, do you think normally I see some junglers just building a jungle, not finishing the jungle item, going for a Trinity Force and Hecarim for the early damage? Do you think that's something you should do, or is it rather going for tank?
It's kind of hard to tell because, you know, he doesn't really get anything off the map. You know, Trinity Force is a very expensive item. I think if you do the transition to the jungle item, you should go for Warrior. You know, I do agree that the Trinity Force is kind of the best, you know, way to go. But as I said, if you can't pick up a lot of gold, it's gonna take a while to get that, and at that point they might already, you know, have lost.
Oh, No Boots with the sneaky rocket, taking his own blue buff here. Krell and No Boots are gonna be there. He has his package, so he's probably gonna die. Death Sentence hit. Deadly Burst does too. He may be tanky, but oh, he still escapes. Lethal Maelstrom keeps him alive. H-Nub, did he flash forward to put down ultimate? Yeah, but Conker's just gonna flash away. Death Sentence hits H-Nub, and he's in 4 people. He dies. Curtain Call coming down, slowing Sinus. 1, 2, 4. Misses as he already dies because Nobu's just 7-1 and 3. He's huge in this game. And they're probably gonna pick up. Oh, is that a static shift on Corki? I'm kind of not used to Corki, so take me through. Is a static shift the right choice here?
No, it's not. It's not a static shift. It's a rapid fire cannon, and it is kind of meta right now. So you basically go for the early Trinity Force, and after that you actually go crit right now. You know, you go for first the rapid fire cannon, and then you go for the Infinity Edge, which is very interesting actually. You know, the development on that.
Oh yeah, they take 1 tier 2 after the other. There's just a huge gold lead, 4-1 towers, maybe 5-1 soon. As Swit puts down his ultimate, just sucks him up. Krell gets hit by the thing, he has to flash away. His Vengeful Maelstrom again keeping him alive. No Boots with the auto attack and the Sheen proc and the magic crit taking down Krell here. Oh, Swit's gonna go really fast. Onslaught Shadow onto 2 members, but it doesn't matter. He escapes anyway, the heal keeping him alive. Sinus dropping low, so they're probably gonna look to finish it down this turret. Oh no, they're gonna maybe look to back up. Doesn't matter. I'm not sure. They're not sure either, as it seems.
Looks like 4 people still want to stay here, but they want to send, you know, the Trundle into a side lane, which is a good idea.
They take the tier 2 turret down. Everybody is still there. No, Swipe backed up. He has his teleport up. He almost gets proc just for extra move to escape with the backport. Let's see this beautiful backport. He's painting something. Oh, never mind.
Looks actually like we will see. You know, instead he kind of does it the other way around. You know, a lot of Trundles go for, you know, Iceborne Gauntlet, which is the tankier Sheen version, and then go into the Ravenous Hydra, which is the more damage-heavy Hydra version. He goes for the Trinity Force, you know, more damage on the Sheen item, and then goes for the Titanic Hydra here. It looks like.
I mean, you can also go for Seric's Gauge.
Yeah, but probably not.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
Hopes alive for something unusual. I love unusual.
Really. I mean that build is already kind of unusual, you know.
That's true. I guess that's true. Meanwhile, Maokai has a double door and is probably going for an Iceborne Gauntlet next. Wood tries to steal a blue buff. He's 4v1 though. Nobody else is near him, and he's just gonna back up. He's not gonna risk anything. Oh, maybe he is. Oh, he's just trolling.
He's just taunting.
Oh,
you don't want to be here.
Broke up, and Stuart with a Sinus. H-Nub communicating. Sinus may die for it as he's trying to swallow him up. Flashes forward, eats him up. Meanwhile, Mordecai's ult coming down, and Stuart will probably be a 1-for-1 trade. Losing. Oh, they got burned in the meantime. I'm just too slow on things. Yeah. They can pick this fight. They have to ghost. It's a 5v4 because of the ghost, but they're not risking anything because Mark has on the other side of the map. He should have teleported down my opinion here. But then
it's actually really funny, you know. They needed 5 people to deal with the Trundle. They lost the burn for it, and then the burned up Macalester comes in and also needs 5 people to deal with their own Trundle.
That's kind of funny. And well, Ezreal picked up ex-Soviet picked up the tier, and he's gonna stack it. At what minute normally good Ezreal players have that stacked? Is there normally a minute time where you should have it stacked?
Use more abilities, mate. Just Q all the time. Like,
well, I know how to stack it. I'm just saying, like, should you have stacked it by 25 minutes or something? Like, by what time should you have that power spike?
I should have looked that up, and so far, and I'm really sorry for that.
No, that's okay. Well, anyway, I can answer the question myself. I actually just asked you to put some. And normally people have to, like, at 28 minutes. That's a really good thing. If you're fat, you should have it a bit earlier. But he's behind, so I guess 30 minutes is something that should be okay. Still slow, but we'll kind of mix in elo, so we're not gonna expect too much. They're down 10,000 gold, 4 towers to 1. Edge-9, oh, that's a sentence hit on 2. Flay, that's a 1. Whatever. Big package coming from the back. Side is That's a 3-man Parcels bomb. No Boots has flash away. So it dashes forward. Mystic shots, flashes forward. Mystic shots back. Dropping low. So it drops low. Gets 2 kills. Do it. Also put up the Tiamat. Krell dropping down. That's an ace. 5 for 1. And they're all pretty low, but have Baron up minions, so they're probably gonna take that inhibitor. Maybe looking for more, since there's a huge wave coming in mid lane.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Do you think they're going for the finish? They have 10 seconds on Marvel's Maven, 30 seconds on
They have
Soviet.
burn buff. They have all their 80
going for it.
demonstrators.
This could be game as MC Mever and Macalester, rather, taking down the game here, putting the score 2-1, and also putting down the score of CSS 2-1 too. Good game, well played. What a nice game.
Climbing up, kind of in the middle field so far, but that they're showing, we can go further. We can go to the top this season. So yeah, congratulations to them for their second win of the league so far. Whew, that was nice.
Yeah, it was a fun game to cast, and also in the end, Leconder picked up a Zeal on Jhin. Is that something you normally do in Jhin, or do you just go for full lethality now?
Usually you go for full lethality, but everybody has their own way of building.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't say it's right. I just say if you like to have a bit more, if you like to be a bit more late game proof, lethality falls off a bit. Let's put it like that.
Okay. Also, who's the MVP in this game? Like, sick KDAs all across the board. Everybody died once or 3 times on the side of Macalester. But who's your go-to pick here for the best player?
I would really love to give it to Trundle, because I just love Trundle as a champion. He did pretty decently in the top lane. But, first of all, he never really put down Krail. Krail was roaming all the time, and in the end, Trundle didn't even have a CS lead. He did a good job, but give it to him. I have to give it to No Boots, roaming all around the map all the time with the package, getting kills left, right, and center, enabling his team so much in this game. I have to give it to him in this case.
Yeah, I completely agree. No Boots had a huge showing, and even though he has no boots, he just roams a whole lot. I mean, you don't need boots if you're flying in a helicopter, but I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Going on a small break.
He doesn't have boots. He has shoes. Sorcerer's shoes.
Fair enough. But I think shoes are boots too. But we gotta discuss it another day. As we're going into a break here real quick, we're gonna be right back. Next game starting at about 7 o'clock PST. I don't know what time zone that is in Minnesota. I couldn't care less. But I hope you guys had a blast watching us. We're gonna be back soon, and see you later, guys.
It's 9 p.m. in Minnesota, based Echo just said. That's nice. See you then.
Nice. See you, nice. Welcome back, guys. Minnesota College League. The third game of the day, the final game. We're gonna witness some St. Olaf against St. Cloud. And yes, those colleges really exist. Who would have thought they have such funny names? But both of those teams are 1-1.
I mean, it's not that funny. It's just the fact that they're both Saint, and then they. I thought maybe they are the same in university or something, or college or whatever. And I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, I mean, St. Olaf, maybe they're going to pick some Olaf here just to make their name proud.
And Olaf coming back,
Yeah, he's coming back in meta. Champion just never dies, just as he's supposed to be designed. And, well, what do you think about this elo? Like, all of St. Olaf is bronze, and all of, well, no, St. Cloud is mixed. But I guess 1 platinum equals out 1
But it's
silver.
bronze. You mean gold?
There are 2 silver. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to cast that though, since they're
We have
all
a
seem
gold
to be really
versus
equal.
mostly gold and some silver, some platinum.
And they all have the super minion as their picture.
So, we have team synergy. We also have all with the same tag, though both teams have that. So that's synergy on that side.
That's an important thing. If you don't have the same samurai and the same club tag, you're gonna lose for sure.
I mean, Saint Olaf has the bronze 9 tag, but only right now of Faker actually committed with the Cloud9 logo, which is really sad, I think. It's not that expensive. You could just, force it out. But no.
Depending on everyone getting those free icons, not free icons, those icons for the team. But, I mean, that's some miscommunication there. Worrying trend for bronze 9, as they don't have the same summon icons. I hope we can finally go into Chance League soon, because we don't have anything to talk about. And
I mean, as I said already, we could talk about, use AD carry as bait, which is their support for some reason.
Yeah, that's well. I mean, he's a support, so we know what he's gonna. He's not gonna be supporting a whole lot, apparently, according to his name.
If we're lucky, we have a Zyra. If we're unlucky, we have something like a Darius support.
Oh, I would love that to watch. That would be funny. Oh, bans lost every 5 minutes delayed, but can we, guys?
Who's delaying? Oh, I guess.
Deflop, St. Olaf's delaying. Guess we have a small amount of time to talk about.
All right, so that was the guy that actually said the fire alarm in his building went off. So, to some extent, I can agree that we're getting in.
League is live, and we're going to get a first ban. You think Jin got picked both games? You think he's gonna be picked again or even banned here?
I like him. I'm not sure if I, would recommend him over the Ashe especially in this elo, because Ashe is just so simple to play and so effective at what she's doing. I do, however, think that at this elo, that Jin is better than Varus, because with Varus, especially coming to the later stages, if you don't hit your Qs, you basically just fall off super hard, because Varus, if he goes for the lethality build, he just doesn't teamfight well at a certain point. Yeah, so we see some bans coming out here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you didn't cut me off. 2 support bans, apparently, or they could also be mid laners, but it seems to be like the AP support's taken off the board on the side of Cloud9, Cloud, and on the other, St. Olaf, and on the other side, they've taken down a jungler on the top lane, and a Hacker and Maokai. So Maokai's taken off. Do you think the next 2 picks are probably going to be Poppy and Nautilus, as we saw them be played a bunch in this meta?
I mean, there we have the Ziggs, so I guess not. So I guess they're target banning use ADC as bait here. He's kind of, at least when it comes to elo, he's the weakest link here. So that's low. That's low. I have to say this. That's low.
You don't target bender low. That's just cowardice.
That's just low. But yeah, I'm interested to see what he's picking up later. But now we have the first pick coming down. What will it be? Will it be the Mavericks? Will it be the Rango? Will it be the Camille? Actually, Camille dropped through the pick and bans, right?
All the time. Games. Both games it dropped through the pick and bans.
So people just dropping her after the nerfs.
Oh,
Caitlyn now being picked up. I'm a fan of Caitlyn. Just as a champion. I do not agree that she's the best pick in the current meta, especially if you might not have the best execution here. You have to there are lots of intricate things that you can do with her that put her in a spot where she's at least kind of the realm of what you should pick. But I think if you can't, if you don't know when to put your traps down, where to put your traps down, when to use your net in a team fight, when to maybe even step a bit further ahead. I don't think she's that great, but she's a great lane bully though. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Karma getting picked up in Via too. Do you think Kha'Zix and Rengar both going through the ban phase, and none of them getting picked up in first rotation. Also, Vi picked up in first rotation. What is the Vi doing in this game right now in the current meta? What is her goal?
Apparently, hovering her mouse over one of the 3 carries that St. Olaf brought out here, pressing R, and just wrecking house.
Yeah, and is that a Karina mid lane? Yeah, a lot of damage on the side of Saint Cloud, and hopefully this game doesn't turn. Oh no, it's Saint Olaf. I don't know. I'm messing up the names here. Both of them have Saint, and both start. No, they don't start with the same letter. I'm just really, really tired at this point, not being able to cast at all. But do you think Jace, Corki, both are meta champions? Do you think that's a bit too much damage? Are they lacking something here? Maybe CC.
Yeah, they're lacking a frontline. They're lacking CC, so they basically have to do it with poke. They basically have to do it siege at this point, or they pick up Rek'Sai Alistar or something, which might save it, like in the sense of having teamfight capabilities. Let's see about that. On the other side, though, we don't really pull punches either. We have the Lissandra in the mid lane and the Fiora in the top lane. So I'm not sure about the Fiora pick. I don't think she does that well into Jace. Jace just so strong these days.
Yeah,
it's just stupid. Like from his kit, he shouldn't be favored right now, but just because of his numbers, he's so good.
I actually think it's gonna be a skill matchup, because if he used the riposte and riposte the knockback and all there, because he used all his damage like in a matter of 1 second, post 0.75 seconds, so you can stun him, like basically negate him, then turn it around. But yeah, you're right. If she doesn't, he's gonna get stomped. And Mundo picked up on the side. And we're gonna see some unusual picks. Is that a Mundo jungle in your opinion?
I mean, I wouldn't know what else, or maybe a Jace jungle, but I'm pretty sure it's a Mundo jungle at this point. I don't like that. They haven't picked up, like they have one knockback and Caitlyn traps as their CC. I really don't like that, especially against Lissandra, who can lock down your backline. You have Vi, who can jump in. You have the Varus raining in from the backline. I would have liked to see maybe one more intermediate, on the side of St. Cloud here, buffering for the Varus, because otherwise, Varus can be can be a very, very endangered species, especially against something like a Dr. Mundo. But we'll see about that.
Yeah, and this poke's gonna be heavily, since Karma, Varus, both poke champions. Fiora is a 1v1er. Vi and Lissandra are both like lockdown champions, so that's a really fairly balanced combination. They're maybe lacking some tanks, don't you think? If only a Vi who's supposed to go Trinity Force Warriors in the beginning, Fiora going damage too, and all the other champions basically the same. Do you think they will have a problem of the lack of tank?
Maybe. I will say this though, like Lissandra, you see her as a non-tank, but the fact of how long she can actually survive with her double invincibility, which she likes to pick up with her ultimate and the Sonya's Hourglass. We might see a bit of that, but yeah, I think they're missing not really like the tank, the health part of the tank, but more the CC peel part of the tank. I don't think they have enough peel right now. Even if St. Olaf much more will go for the poke here, doesn't really have that great engagement. If you get a Jace into that backline, he's just gonna delete that Varus in no time.
Yeah, but the Jace, they have it's no teleport at all compared to 2 teleports. How do you think that's gonna play out with an Ignite on top lane and no other teleport on the team for St. Olaf?
Fiora can just do so much damage if unattended. So at some point you'll have to send Jace up there, and at that point, first of all, Fiora with a couple of items will shit over Jace in the 1v1. the question is how, can she get there? Over the Jace, who will pick up most of the farm in the early game, will bully her out. If the Jace can get a lead, he will dominate that lane till the end. But if the Fiora can pick up enough farm, maybe pick up something with that teleport, she can definitely answer back. And at that point, you have to be careful of the split pushing.
I have to agree, and also a Mundo against the Vi, Mundo on Ghost. How is Mundo trying to clear? Does he go for early gank, so he's just going to farm his life up and then look for team fights? How is it going to work out?
He can't really gank a lane. It's the problem. Lissandra can just hand out, talk to the hand. Fiora has her dash. Bottom lane, Karma has her shield that speeds people up. I haven't seen Dr. Mundo being able to gank here, especially because his lanes can't really provide CC either. Maybe we see something in the top lane, but otherwise I don't see it happening.
Yeah, bot lane meanwhile has Caitlyn and Janna, a really bully heavy lane because Janna can just put her shield with bonus AD on Caitlyn with the Hatra, gonna deal some damage. Do you think they're gonna completely lane bully that against Varus and Karma, who both are poke champions, or how's it gonna work?
I think if Varus and Karma can get that poke down, I think it's not gonna be that bad. Janna will obviously work against it with the shields, but as long as you can keep Janna on the back foot, having to burn her shield every time, and not getting the damage in with it, they can win a lane to a decent extent. I kind of like, from a comp standpoint, I would have liked them to pick up a Thresh over a Karma, because they want to split push a bit, and with that you can put Varus into a side lane, then have Thresh, take him out with a lantern. Also, you have more CC, you have more peel for the later stages, but you kind of have to sacrifice the lane at that point. I'm not sure if you can sacrifice almost every lane in this game right now. So I can see why they chose the Karma here, to kind of have a chance in the laning phase.
Yeah, and there's a Warlord picked up Corki. Do you think that's the right choice on a Corki, or should you go for something Thunderlords?
I like Thunderlords on Corki. I'm a big fan of it, because he can proc it so easily with the Gatling gun. He's going for a bit more late game here. I can kind of see that, because they will win the early game regardless. So I can kind of see why he would take it. I don't agree with it, but let's see how this is working out.
Dorn's Blade picked up, taken by Caitlyn. Compared to again the longsword, that's Fjorn is AFK in base apparently. Maybe we're gonna see a pause here. Maybe she disconnected. And standard stars, people are just going to check the brushes, so no mates are happening. Oh yeah, she's here. That's a 4-man brush height. Maybe somebody face checking, but I don't think so. Just standard lanes, nothing happening here, and mastery mode drop to nobody, and so we have a lot of factors playing into this game. But how is Blue side gonna? Well, before we go into team objectives, how about we do the introductions? On Blue side, we have Saint Olaf on top lane, right now the Faker playing Jace, D-Flop playing Mundo in the jungle, Wolfie Meester is playing Corki on the mid lane. Swagnarok taking Caitlyn AD carry, and supporting him is Jim Raynor on Janna.
I'm not just Jim Raynor, I'm Jim Raynor. On the red side, we have Saint Cloud. In the top lane, we have Fiora, played by Combre, yeah. Jungle is Berge on Vi. Spring 24 in the mid lane on the Lissandra. Bottom lane, Sean Nelson on the Varus, supported by Use ADC as bait on the Karma. Kind of turned out different than we thought from his name, Playing the Karma, playing a very supportive, kind of style. Not going for, I mean, to be fair, Brand and everything got banned out, but, could have still played Azara or something.
Yeah, Zyra was open, but she got nerfed. Maybe they didn't have a big priority in her. And Janna's coming in, especially with those nerfs. Probably gonna be a more contested pick in the future. With those bonus AD, putting it on champions like Varus, gonna put down some. It's gonna help him improve his damage. Oh, he's gonna use the piercing arrow to hit the wave, hitting nothing else though. And on Janna, normally I see a lot of the spell thief edge, but this time it's a coin. What's the difference? Like, what do you prefer personally?
I do actually prefer the coin in this sense, because he comes to buy though.
Oh, ball breaker back out, hitting a piercing arrow, nothing happening. And
Try to go for the cheesy play early on.
yeah, level 2 gank, something we haven't seen in a while, especially since the Crux got nerfed. Normally it's blue side that does that, a level 2 gank on bot lane, because it used to be a level 3 gank. But anyway, putting some damage on top lane, proccing the Thunder Lords, piercing arrow on bot lane. A bit more spells used than last time around this time, so I guess at least something. Oh, missing the inner flame. Anyway, back to the point.
Back to the coin. I actually prefer it because first of all you get the better item out of it, I think, with the Talisman of Ascension. And secondly, you know, they want to lay back here a bit. They don't want to. They have no kill pressure really. You know, you get very free gold here. Janna wanting to stay a bit more back, you know, can get deleted really easily against, you know, this lethality Varus, so staying a bit more back, getting the gold anyway. I like it.
Yeah, and Comber jumping forward, proccing one of the vitality spots to right. Not a faker, and proccing another one, using Repose for nothing really. Maybe tried to predict something that didn't really occur here. Jim Raynor dropping low though. Swagnarok puts the damage back in. Is that a ghost use? Yeah, it is. Deflop uses his ghost. We don't know why exactly he used it, but I guess it's one summoner traded for nothing. Cooldown's fairly low though, and
I mean it's not that low. That's you know, you always kind of think, oh, cooldown of ghost is so low now, but most people forget it's only that low if you pick up the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, but then it gets like really low.
well, he also has the summoning reducing mastery, so that's reduced too. So it's dropped down by 20%, I think. Then it's normally used. Oh, Repose down. He's really low. He doesn't have ignite. It should be first blood. No, we're going down. He's gonna survive. Silver of HP there, and
I think that should have been a flash.
Oh, deflop putting down some damage with his suitcases, and oh, nothing happening. Of course, it's he's actually dropping fairly low. We couldn't see this because it was off the screen, but he's really low. And Iron Collects and trade in mid lane, both at level 5, so fairly even trade here. Nothing really happening. I think the trade goes to Wolfmeister. It doesn't go to Wolfmeister. It goes to Spring, since he has some more damage and also has 2 pots left.
Though to be fair, Wolfmeister still has the Doran's Blade, so he's gonna heal quite a bit here.
Yeah,
like,
and
over the course of the laning phase at least.
Yeah, that's right. Deflop dropping fairly low in the jungle shouldn't be a problem as he's backing up now. And that's a huge wave. Actually lost. Someone else is gonna be back there, but he can't really pick them up, and there's a lot of damage. Teleport coming in. Ombre goes in. Oh no, it's a double teleport.
Nice.
I didn't expect that. Sadly, both summoners blown for nothing, and now they have to back up. They have to get back on top real fast because the tower's gonna get pushed in by a right now the Faker, who's playing Jace, who's fairly a big, good pusher. And do you think that's too much loss for nothing here?
I'm not sure, but you know, I just love that tornado. That was so good. Yeah, he's definitely gonna lose some farm in the mid lane here. He's actually gonna get died to the turret, so that's really unfortunate. Like not even you know anybody picking it up. You know, Vi or Fiora was also in the area.
Wait, did the suitcase just deal AoE damage?
I think it shouldn't, but maybe it
Looking
did.
for fancy. Well, maybe whatever. Who knows? Anyway, on mid lane, Sheen picked up by Corki. Do you think it's just gonna be a normal Trinity Force again?
Like, it's just too good on Corki to pass it up, really.
You're right. I don't know what I'm asking. Yeah, we have to talk about something. But Vi picked up a health crystal in the jungle. That's unusual. What do you think
might
about
go
that?
might go towards that Phage early on. I would prefer the long. Might just be the Ruby Crystal for the Phage.
Yeah, I hope so, because I don't think Cinderhawk's a really good item on Vi, because it just takes, like, you want the early damage to get the early lead. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Because, you know, Vi has to kind of snowball a bit, because, you know, she has her ultimate later on, but she's not that good of a CC bot, honestly. You know, she just builds tank. There are better CC bots out there. Though, actually, speaking of a better jungler, on the side of Saint Olaf, do you know who I would have liked instead of that Mundo?
Olaf.
Oh wait, let's.
Oh, right now Faker taking down Ombre, takes down the kill, just proccing the ultimate here, and back to your point as he picks up first blood and extra gold.
It is an Olaf.
Oh, it was Olaf. Yeah, he went for a pun. I can't predict that. Anyway, though,
it's not even a pun. Like,
well,
I think Olaf is an objectively better Dr. Mundo, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, he's less tanky, but he has more damage and can easily take down those targets, especially if you go for the team. I mean, Vi CC, Lissandra has a lot of CC, and so does Varus. You can just cancel all of that. Oh, there's an Accentrate in bot lane. Nothing really happening, though. And yeah, the problem is though, right now the Faker got taken down with the Ignite. He took down the damage in the early laning phase, but he lost anyway. The 1v1 is now behind in the lane. You think it's gonna affect the game quite heavily by doing that?
I mean, he still has time to recover, because, you know, Fiora still working towards that Ravenous Hydra, which is gonna...
Oh, Chain of Corruption coming down, but so Deflop is there. Use AD carry his base. Ace in the hole, taking down. No, flash forward, but it doesn't matter. He's not gonna block the shot. Heal and flash blown on both support and AD carry, and exhaust used too. So all summoners blown on bot lane, and Swagnarok and Jim Raynor didn't have to use a single one. So I think it's quite a successful gank. Deflop meanwhile picks. Yeah, use the ghost and use sadism just to heal him back up.
It's on such a low cooldown. I mean, the sadism. The ghost also to some extent, but the sadism even more.
Yeah, I mean, Windu both has like really low cooldowns on all his abilities. So using those ganks, actually like using 4 abilities that are on 5-minute cooldowns or 3-minute cooldowns, just huge. Meanwhile, Ombre looking for a fight, proccing the first vital spot, getting knocked back. If he would have proposed that, he may have a chance for a kill, but he didn't. So nothing really happening again. We're going back. Even though Saint Cloud picked up first blood, they're still behind in gold because they're getting outfarmed on every single, not every single lane, except on top lane. So I guess. Do you think the Mundo and Vi farm difference is really huge there? Do you think that's the most impactful in the game?
I mean, it's quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure what it's comprised though. That's always kind of a problem in the jungle, you know. If you have different routes, you know, somebody takes doesn't take his Croaks and takes his Gromp, otherwise he's 9 CS behind, but has the same amount of gold almost of it. So yeah. I don't like to judge on that that much. And the Croaks are up right now for Vi. Actually, let's look at the gold. That's probably more indicative. And that's only 300 gold ahead for Deflop.
Yeah, and then coming in, meanwhile, Deflop, Ombre trying to repose something, but didn't repose anything. Flashed away, so he's probably gonna survive. He used his ultimate though, Grand Challenge. But they're not getting anything. It's a... well, they're getting a flash, but nothing else. And right now, the Faker needs the help, even though he has the Ignite, so... I don't know about that Jace pick with the Ignite. I think that's fairly wasted. What do you mean? What do you think about that?
He wanted to pick up an early kill. He wanted to snowball, and so far it has failed. Speaking of so far, though.
Oh no, he's getting the kill without the Ignite, and just we're gonna push on a turret. That's honestly a mistake for Ombre, going into the Fiesta too soon and dying. So, oh, Wolfie-Meister gonna pick up the blue buff probably. Yeah, gonna get that. Oh, missing pings on midline.
Striking here. I'm still baffled of it.
You baffled about what?
baffled about, how you can waste such a lead, Like, he even got the kill, as he didn't have his Tiamat, but just a Vampiric Scepter.
Yeah.
And now he has the Tiamat and somehow loses the lane. Which
He just bought it though.
No,
he
he had
didn't
the
had it in the
Tiamat
fight?
when he died.
Oh, okay. That's weird then. He shouldn't have lost. Well, he got gank was low and went back in. That's all he just missed. Chain of Corruption coming down. Anyway, Swagnarok. Oh, assault the battery, but the Masu is gonna kick him back in. Swagnarok's barely surviving, using both his summoners though. But also ultimate blown by Burgay, also the flash blown. So there's quite a lot of things used. And D-Flop used his ghost to come faster to lane and help him out. And no kills traded. It's just 1-for-1 in kills, 0-0 in towers, and 800 gold for Saint Olaf.
Burgay is making a huge mistake right now. Not basing. He has 2,000 gold in his inventory.
Oh, that's... Yeah, continue. Oh, Ace and Hole coming down. Never mind, Saint isn't used to heal him up. Burgay still continuing to Drake. The Whirlwind is gonna knock him up. He's gonna be taken down by Wolfmass as he goes in with partial spam and the auto attack. Jim Durant has to flash away, stays there and dies anyway. C. Nelson picks up one kill off the other. He should have his piercing arrow back up soon. Springs meanwhile walks into the Yordle snap trap, and they may try to pick up more. Oh, piercing arrow coming down, missing onto D-Flop, dropping Swagnarok fairly low though. Wolfie Mysic goes back in, misses the partial spawn. The Icicle Path going forward, and no, it's the Glacial Path actually, never mind. But the piercing arrow takes him down. American snipers here from Minnesota, taking down a kill.
Corki just going in, baited and outsmarted D-Float there. And yeah, he died in the end.
It's a 1-for-1 in the end, and no Drake picked up.
Yeah, but speaking about, Burgay one more time, I have to say this. Oh, wait.
Grand challenge used. Ombre is trying to get back in, but the flash is used. He reposted the knockback, I think so, or he reposted quite a lot of damage. Anyway, flash used. Go back to your point. What do you want to say about Burgay?
So, it's not only that you didn't use your gold for the fight. You didn't have more health. Right now he has how much more health? Like 280 plus 200 minus 100 from the ruby crystal, so he had 300 more. Would have had 300 more health at that dragon, which would have probably saved him. But also, falling behind in CS, and to some extent it has to be because he doesn't have the damage. He also doesn't have the mobility, from the fate. I really think that's you should back. You should spend your gold, because if you just don't spend your gold, it's wasted. It's completely wasted.
Yeah, I have to agree. In your pocket, your gold's not doing anything. Default meanwhile trying to trigger the Infernal Drake. He's gonna get spotted by the Vision Plant though, so let's see what's gonna happen. Gold Snaptrap put down. Meanwhile, Spiritual Flame's gonna put on some damage on Swagnarok, and they're just gonna back up as a prick. Oh, that's a lot of damage by the piercing arrow though. Chain of Corruption used on the Swagnarok. Ace and Hole coming down. C. Nelson dropping fairly low. Has proc humans to escape, and teleport used by I think it's Springs, and cancelled though as he goes back into Midland Farms. And overall, they're gonna get a free Drake. And the thing I want to talk about though is that really early rapid fire cannon picking up. Do you think rapid fire cannon or hurricanes, which is the better starting item on Caitlyn?
Hurricane, but also he didn't even pick up the
Oh, pause coming in.
He didn't even pick up the BF sword, which you usually would pick up first. I don't really agree with his build. I'm not sure where he's going with it. I mean, you usually see static shift coming in if you want more wave clear, so I guess that's not it. So it's probably got to be a rapid fire cannon. To some extent, I can see why he's doing it. He wants to, not be out-traded from such a range. So he tries to get closer to the range of that Sean Nelson has on his piercing arrow. But yeah, I think he's lacking a decent amount of damage due to that.
Yeah, the pause is caused because of a fire drill, so we have to probably wait around 10 minutes. Universities and colleges really like to take those fire drills in the United States, apparently. So
fire
we're
drills?
gonna have to wait for some time.
Oh, a drill. Oh, yeah. I thought, what is a drill? Yeah, no, I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, we have some more time to talk about item builds. Isn't that fun? How do you think Vi is doing with the Bounty Center on her, buying that without finishing even the jungler item?
I think she should pick up her jungler item. You know, it's so efficient. You know, just building it out of those two items. You know, you either get some wards which are really good, or you even pick up a slow or more 1v1 potential. So I think she should definitely do that. Like either stay on the machete and then go into the Trinity Force, or is that even still good? Staying on the machete? Wasn't there something with the jungle XP?
I'm saying the machete. I think you get more experience when you have built it out. When you have it built out
both,
completely.
I think you need both at least.
Oh, at least both.
Experience.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to look it
Actually,
up.
the items are right in front of us. Why don't we just look at here?
Special. Well, okay. Killing monsters grants bonus experience. Yeah,
Okay,
both have the
so,
same.
yeah.
It's unique. It doesn't say how much, so we can't.
Yeah, but it's unique nail and unique tooth, so it's the different.
Yeah. Oh,
it's different.
yeah. But if you go into the smiting item, tooth/nail both give the same. Like it says unique passive tooth/nail. So I assume if you have both of them, or like one of the better smites, it's. That's what I would assume. I can't 100% tell. I could look it up actually if you want to, so you can talk a bit more about the other item builds.
Yeah, let me just finish my vibe point. So I think you should either commit to your Trinity Force, maybe pick up the jungler item depending on what we find out in a second, but not take the Bounty Cinder, or you should go for your jungler item, which I don't agree with at all. Maybe if you go warrior, then I would agree with it. Yeah, overall, I mean, I guess she tries to be the tank for her team, as well as building damage, which in the end, I don't think it works that well. But yeah, let's look at some of the other item builds. So
I actually found it out. You only need one of the jungle items for experience. If you get two, it doesn't stack.
Oh, okay, that's good. So you can just stay on the machete and go immediately for the Trinity Force, which I think she should have done. The rest of the items are fairly standard. It looks like we will see the Talisman of Ascension on Jim Raynor, instead of the Eye of the Watcher. No, Watcher is the blue
Eye of
one.
the Equinox.
The Equinox. Thank you. I agree with that because Talisman of Ascension is so good. I love it, and if you can build coin and get away with it, definitely get it. On the other side, if you have these spell thieves, I do agree with Eye of the Watcher because it's just so gold efficient. Yeah, the rest is fairly standard. We have the tier stack to 148 so far, which is. I know that Varus has a very slow rate of stacking his tier, so can't really expect Ezreal numbers. Like, he's not gonna be done by 25 minutes with his tier stacking. So.
Yeah, I actually, when I played a bunch of Varus the last couple of days, and I stopped building tier because it just took me like 35 minutes to stack it. I mean, I'm not quite a LCS pro level, but it's really annoying to stack it because it just takes so long if you don't have that if you haven't built it into the Manamuna.
Yeah, the problem is just
whatever.
Yeah, Manamune, and then the Muramana if it's fully. I do think you should get it just because if you don't get extra mana and tier is the best source of extra mana, you're out of mana after 3 Qs. Literally. So that's really bad. The rest of the items we see the Ravenous Hydra in the top lane, fairly standard against the Yumish Ghostblade, also standard. I don't see anything really that's that far out of the ordinary. Maybe the 2 blue trinkets actually, but they definitely just want some more, information, get some picks down, which that comp is fairly good at. I will have to say this.
I think it's funny how how both teams are just spamming really bad puns in chat and doing something while fire rolls over. But I mean, a small example is what's brown and sticky. Haha, stick fun. Anyway, though.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I know. We could go this all day instead of just spamming that in chat. But how do you think both teams are doing right now? Like, their gold is basically dead even. It's 200 gold difference, but I mean, they have a Drake, so I guess they have something more here. But how do you think it's going to play out in the next 2-3 minutes here? What should the junglers try to aim for? Like, what should they gank, what lanes, or just vision?
I mean, I might make myself, like, they already hate you, but maybe they will hate me now. I think St. Olaf should have been fairly decently ahead at this point. Yeah, they have really lane stomping champions here. You have the Corki, you have the Jace. Jace is just mind-bogglingly good at stomping lane, as well as Caitlyn, Though, to be fair, Varus is also kind of good at that, so that kind of cancels out. I'm not too worried about the bottom lane, but, overall, I think they should have been ahead by now. What will happen now is, everybody kind of stacks a couple of more items, We have the first power spikes in mid and top lane on right now the Faker and Wolfie-Meister, as well as on K Hombre. Yeah, I think that's right. I said Combre before, but I think
just
it's
call him
K Hombre. I will say K Hombre. And Spring 24 also with the now stacking World of Ages, so she the Lysandra will have some trouble in the mid lane here. Yeah, overall they have the first item spikes are just rolling in now, and we might see some fights coming up soon. About around the next dragon, maybe. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if they're gonna pick up the Rift Herald. I think they should pick up the Rift Herald because it's so good on split pushers, especially like if they can get it onto K Hombre. He's just gonna win the top lane for the rest of the game. I think. If they give it to him.
So we look on the map, Lysandra and Burge and Springs are moving up to top lane, so they may want to look for a gank. The tower's already pretty low for.
I like that.
Or Rift Herald, yeah, one or the other.
First gank, then Rift Herald. Like, that would be good, but I don't want to say it's gonna happen because then it's not gonna happen. Cast a curse. Google it. It's real.
Yeah, Lysandra meanwhile is building Sapphire Crystal, even though she already has Rod of Ages. What do you think? What item is she going for? Do you think she needs more mana, or?
Actually, that's kind of curious. Let me think. It's not a Sheen. Probably not a Sheen. I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, Tier isn't really necessary. Glacial Shroud, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense than most of the other things I just thought about.
Maybe she's going for another Morellonomicons against the Mundo. I guess that would make the most sense.
Oh wait, yeah, you can. Yeah, the book builds out of it. The new book builds out of it, right?
Yeah, the Ancient Pages, I think, is it. The Morellonomicons pre-evolution thing. Anyway, we're going back in the game as the fight rolls over. And we see that apparently they're going top lane. Yeah, they're going for the dive here.
Yeah, in that sense, if you think of Morellonomicon, and I believe
he's just dead. He dies.
Goodbye.
That shell's used too. So I think you should get the Tower and Rift Herald. Do you agree?
Tower, yes. I'm not sure if they're gonna get the Rift Herald, We'll see about that. I would like to see it, but...
The lane's getting really hardly taken down, though. Ombre is probably gonna teleport for that. Piercing Arrow misses on Jim Raynor, and I think he has to use it. Ombre is too late on the party, though. Oh, they're gonna take it down. It's a 1-for-1 trading turrets. And then mid lane turret is, in my opinion, more warp. Oh, see, Sean Nelson's dropping.
You got the first blood turret on the side of Saint Cloud here, so that's also decent.
That's true.
Also, you're helping Fiora, which is always good.
But do you think a mid lane turret, like without the bonus gold, is more worth than a top tier turret? Top tier 1 turret?
Obviously, it is. Yeah. Mid lane turret just opens up the jungle. You have a lot more exits at that point. Also, you kind of lose the vision around the mid lane turret, so you can kind of move from one jungle into the other without being seen if the wave is not in position. So it definitely gives you a decent amount of pressure advantage at that point.
Yeah, and you're right. They're gonna pick up the Rift Scholar, so they may want to look for something around the Drake. I don't know quite the Drake spawner because the new client doesn't do me a favor with that. But
I mean, if it's not on the clock, it's more than 2 minutes away. So at least that we can deduce.
yeah, that's at least something. Oh, D-Flop's alone in the turret. His bot lane is gonna back him up soon, though. I don't know. I'm not sure if they should go for this. His top lane turret's gonna fall in just a second. Sping is moving up. I don't think it's gonna be enough. His turret's just fairly low. Probably gonna die anyway. Shield on the turret though, and trying to defend that. Set isn't used, and the tower goes down top lane. Right now the Faker takes down that turret. D-Flop throwing briefcases left and right just to put on some damage. They're gonna defend the turret this time. Piercing arrow misses again. Oh, another briefcase. Peacemaker misses too.
I think they should send K Hombre into a lane because, first of all, he has to stay ahead of Jace, and he can stay ahead of Jace. You know, he has the damage, he has the items to do so. So I don't want to see like. Actually, for the rest of this game, honestly, I don't want to see Fiora hanging around the team anymore. You know, it's
could be dangerous. Oh.
It's kind of what Magical Voice calls the 4v1v5.
4v1v5.
Where you basically have one laner completely in the side lane for the entire game.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what Fiora's gonna do, since she's just gonna take down turrets and play on her own. Oh, Burgay's in the bush though. Oh, Swagnarok dodges the Chain of Corruption and takes the kill. Heals used, and on both sides, both are used for Swagnarok, but he gets a kill on using the carry as bait, and this time it was the support that was the bait here, but they're not getting anything in return for it. So that roam to bot lane for Burgay is wrong. But meanwhile, right now the Faker Gratchel is put down by Ombre, putting the second wild proc, third wild proc. Right now the Faker flashes away. Ombre flashes back and gets the kill. And
Clean.
Time for some Fiesta for him, as he's probably going to back up. So Notice actually going to push. I'm an idiot. He doesn't have any mana, but I think it doesn't matter since Jace is dead. Right now Faker's not there to do anything, and Rift Herald kills himself rather than be killed by red side, which you probably would have preferred. And
that was so clean by K Hombre. I can't even, you know, he used the parry at the exact right moment. Got the vital proc, and at that point Jace was just.
Oh, now stays in the hole. Use dedicated spade flashes forward. Is not enough. This is just a mistake. Someone used 2 as he dies, and
no, it wasn't
clean by Swagnarok. Borg again, and
Sean didn't trust him. Sean didn't trust him. He had flash as well, so they could have double flashed and saved him, but they didn't. They don't trust him.
Both sides on the AD carry, maybe some miscommunications. Either they use both armor or they don't use any at all, and now the turret is probably gonna die too, and this will be all tier 1 turrets taken down by Saint Olaf. Oh, he used AD carry spade to stare. He's on his own. Swagnarok puts on a headshot. I'm probably gonna back away now. Oh, package is there. That's the we didn't see a single package the whole game, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot about that. Oh, he's gonna get it soon, and Corki. I like the Corki packages because, you know, he got a big package, and so do I. So we have to make this joke now. And
yeah.
Anyway, Corki.
If you don't know, it's a Cyanide Insider. Just Google it.
It's really funny. Anyway, Burgay using the Assault Battery on Wolfmeister. He's barely back. Glacial Path used forward. D-Flop. Can he use Sadness? Doesn't matter. Package goes for the whole team. That's huge. Ombre's meanwhile 4 people dying anyway. Double kill for Swagnarok. Go forward. Triple kill. Quarter kill. No, not a quarter kill. As Wolfmeister picks one of them. Spring's really low. He flashes forward. Misses the package. Doesn't matter. Ace in the hole. Doesn't get used. But anyway, it's a 5-for-1 in the end.
You know, the problem, like, first of all, they got into this huge package, but then they didn't even go out. They tried to run through the package, and, you know, if you know anything about the package, it's like a mini equalizer.
Yeah.
In terms of damage, so that just shredded the entire team.
Red team's turret has been
Yeah, they're gonna get ace. They lose a tower and a Drake in the aftermath. So just more gold picked up in general. 2 Infernal Drakes, 3 towers. That's huge. I think this game is getting snowballed out of control right now. Even though they don't have teleports, they don't need him. And so top lane gotta get picked up for Fiora. She's gonna go for that Black Cleaver. I've seen a fairly amount of people building Humus instead of Black Cleaver. What do you think about that on Fiora?
I don't like it.
Great analysis there.
I'm sorry.
Neither do I, to be honest.
So, like, to some extent, I can see it against the Jace because you know, Jace doesn't like Vitality is better against low Magicus armor targets. I'm sorry, while the percent threat is better against high amount of armor targets. But yeah, I still like the Black Cleaver more because you can stack it so fast. First of all, because you have the auto attack reset, you have the dash, so you get
it
3 stacks like
twice actually.
What? Sorry?
It counts as a double auto attack. If you Q and hit him, it counts as 2 stacks because it's an auto attack and an ability at the same time.
And it's a reset as well, right?
Well, no, it's a reset. The E is the reset of the auto attack.
Yeah, okay, you meant that way. Okay. Yeah, I just meant, Q, then auto attack, and then E auto attack.
Yeah.
I get the reset, get 3 stacks immediately.
Yeah, actually that's it's 5 stacks because Q and E both count as an auto attack, so they get extra stacks. And with the fervor, with the bonus stack on fervor, that's just a huge amount. And Fiora really strives on those stacks. Meanwhile, Jay's gonna pick up the Black Cleaver too, getting some armor shred. So he builds ninja tabbies. Is that something you go on, Jace, or is the Ionian boots better? What do you like more about that?
I guess he tries to go for the spread pushing, so I agree with the ninja tabby. What I don't agree with is actually the Black Cleaver. I think you should pick up, first of all, more lethality, and especially the Edge of Night. It's so well built, for countering the riposte. The riposte comes down, and you just put down Edge of Night, and you negate it. So you don't have to worry about it. I love it. So kind of don't know why he's going for the Black Cleaver here, but
yeah,
I guess we'll see the success rate. I guess. But I guess quite
also,
a lot. I think
he did a lot of things we didn't agree with this game, but he's still winning the game. Meanwhile, 4 Jarl Snapshots getting put down just to take down the first tier turret on the side of Cloud9, Saint Olaf. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying Cloud9 all the time. Meanwhile,
because they were Bronze 9.
Yeah, they were Bronze 9 as a tag, and D-Flop dropping fairly low. He has to use a set, is probably gonna escape anyway. Morale comes stops his healing a bit, but it doesn't matter. He still heals quite a lot. And
yeah, but that's actually a point that I tried to make ages ago, when we first talked about she's going towards the Morale Omicron. It's not really that easy for
clean. Anyway, continue your point.
Sean Nelson. It's not actually that easy for Sean Nelson to pick up the Executioner's Calling. So I think the Morale Omicron in the mid lane is good against the Mundo.
Yeah, I agree, and also Piercing Arrow deals a lot of damage on Wolfmeister. Meanwhile, Moon D-Flop throws some briefcases back, left and right. Oh, another one. Let's see what's gonna happen next. Is he gonna try to push on next tier 2 turret? Do you think they should put more emphasis on Baron, especially since they're that far ahead, or should they just split push all, do that 5-man group?
They should put some emphasis on it, I think, because we have a lot of wave player with especially the Piercing Arrow.
Abilities use, redemption use too, so I guess they're gonna put some cooldowns down here. And do you think what is on the side of Saint Cloud? What is their goal to win this game? How are they gonna come back here?
Don't have Fiora with their fucking team. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm a bit annoyed about this. He's not good with your team. She has teleport. Send her top lane. That turret is almost down. You can't even sacrifice your own turret and get the turret there.
Am I stupid, or does Mundo still have the slow path behind him?
He does.
Right,
It's not
games.
stopping.
Bucks. Anyway.
Welcome to the new client, everybody. No, it's not a new game client, I know that, but...
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter really. Riot Games doesn't know how to program games. We already know that. That's why they only have their Riot Game and not Riot Games. But so how are they gonna come back? Back to the point here.
Jesus, you're laying down the fire here. Maybe it can unfreeze the Mundo here.
Mundo. I mean, he has a Cinderhawk, so he should unfreeze himself. But you know, doesn't really matter to Riot Games if you're on fire or on ice. Wolfmeister picks down a control ward. So Ombre should split push all the time, especially since he has teleport, right? Or do you think he should split push top lane or bot lane? Because bot lane turret is probably low, so it would be a free pickup, 1000 gold for the team. Or should he just go for tier 2 on top lane?
I mean, first of all, he's answering it himself. He's going top lane, but
yeah, I know, but like, what should he do? Like,
I know what you mean. So right now, I would say they should go bottom. They should go bottom lane. You know, try to get Saint Olaf away from the top lane. Because if with 4 people they can't engage on the Baron, especially if Fiora still has the teleport. But he decides differently, I guess.
Oh, no, they're backing up now. And also, Springs is deep in the jungle. Probably gonna use the Glacial. Oh, Glacial Path too short to use. Humus proc, none of Faker going in. The Glacial Tomb's gonna put down right on off Faker, but it doesn't matter in the end as he dies anyways. Ace and Hole comes down. A whole lot of abilities used. This is a pick. Instead of mistake,
don't even
get far away.
at this point. Just wait until they started, and then we can enjoy it.
Oh, well, a big package for Corki here, and Ombre, Son Nelson with the piercing arrow, deflop procs the sadism, heals himself up. Bergie's too far ahead as he uses his Vault Breaker to go deep into the team, but he doesn't know what to do. Yes, Sadie can't respect, has to flash over. Deflop procs goes, and sadism is really fast on. This is a fast Mundo, and they're looking for the Baron here. This is really risky.
I don't think it's that risky because they lost a mid laner. You know,
it's a 50-50.
It is actually. It's 30 to 30.
No, it gets smite away. Bergie will die here, but if Piercing Arrow picks up deflop, so it's a 1-for-1. But Baron gets taken down. So Piercing Arrow cancels the backport here. That's close. I thought I would see my first Baron steal, but anyway, going back to. Do you think they should pick up this turn return? Oh yeah, they're gonna get this. It's a 1000 gold in the pockets, just to close out the lead a bit. But Saint Olaf is getting ahead in this trade, as we see last game nearly coming to an end as they have Baron buff. Oh, they're deep in enemy jungle. They're out of position. Briefcase used. Oh. Saw Nelson has no way to escape. He has flash and heal. He probably has to use both to escape. He's going for the execute. But meanwhile, Jim Jen Raynor is there. Oh, he's in there. Going for the execute. Nowhere to go. This is a free kill. He should not use any summon. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, he'll have to pay a drink.
Yeah, he already saw his. He didn't. His name wasn't Sean Nelson. It was Sean Bean as he gets taken down again. Makes.
I mean, use ADC as bait. It worked. You know,
yeah,
he got out.
That's kind of true. But using full Arthur's name. This is funny.
Honestly, like that's the kind of play that you're just gonna laugh at later. You know, it's just.
Yeah. Also, but they don't have an AD carry. Y'all Snaptraps use burn buff up minions. They're gonna take down the turret fairly soon. And I actually think they should move top lane. It says there's a huge minion wave coming down. It would be a free tier 2. What do you think?
I'm not sure they do it, but it might help. I mean, they don't have teleport. That's kind of the problem. Also, Wolfmeister doesn't have the package, so they should probably stick in one lane just to, you know, use their strength in numbers. Yeah.
You're right, actually, because they take on the first inhibitor. They may want to rotate top lane now. No, they're going to rotate bot lane for some reason. Oh, no, they're going to change. They actually looked at the map for a second. We're like, oh, guys, wait.
Oh, wait, we have a wave top lane, don't we?
Yeah.
We might want to use that.
Guys, free turret, easy. Now they're going to look for the second. It's a huge wave piercing already used, putting down some damage onto right now the faker.
Easy
Because
money. Sorry.
oh, cashing in on the minions here, but I think it doesn't matter. The Swagnarok puts on a lot of damage. Ombre dashes forward, just put some fear here. And this is...
I will be honest, right now, Sean Nelson has a bit of a problem because he went for the mana immune just to get the faster stacks, but he doesn't really do that much damage at the moment.
Oh,
Like Mundo doesn't even have a full armor item at this point, and he's still not doing any damage to him.
Those rockets really hurt. Like, some rocket science coming as he just puts down one grenade after the other, or I would say probably New Year's rockets more likely, and they're gonna take down another turret, going for the inhibitor. This game seems to be getting closer and closer, and they're going to put Miracle Death for the gate, but meanwhile Chen's Corruption going down. Ombre is really deep into the team, into free carry, but it doesn't matter. Waste goes forward, puts down the Glacial Shroom, but it's QSS anyway. 2 people get taken out, double kill, triple, no, not a triple kill. Meanwhile, in the backhand, Ginger Reiner gets picked up, use AD carry as bait, is gonna drop Bill, your heal doesn't save him. Sean Nelson doesn't deal any damage with his arrow there, and gonna get dove by Flop, and yes, you're right, this game has minions also come for the mid lane, he's trying to survive, but as we know, Sean Bean doesn't survive at all, and this is good game, well played. Saint Olaf gonna take the last game of today.
GG. Saint Olaf picking up the kill over Saint Cloud.
No, it's Saint Olaf.
Very well.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my bad.
I didn't think they could. I didn't really think they could pull it off. They pulled it off. They played their lane so, like, as soon as I said, guys, you should have been ahead. They stormed ahead. They didn't want to have the cast of criticism on their shoulders, so they just like, hey, we're gonna show you. They pulled ahead, and really finished out this game.
Yeah,
nice.
it was a really clean game after the pause. Maybe they're gonna... I'm not sure if that was actually a fight drill. Maybe they just put in not the right, not a faker. Maybe they got real faker in there. They just gotta get some better players, because it seemed after the break they just played so much better out of nothing. And who are you giving the MVP to? Since there were a bunch of good players here, but who's the best in your opinion?
For me, it kind of has to be Wolfie Meister here. He was the only one who really lived up to his name, in the laning phase. Kind of kept the Lysandra under control. Didn't really give her any room. Then roamed a bit, got a couple of decent plays off. But really, what sealed it for me was late game when he got rocket after rocket after rocket on the carries of Saint Cloud here. Really putting down the herd. Definitely my MVP of this game.
Yeah, and they could rename themselves into Team Rocket, but they didn't blast off this time. And I gotta agree, Wolfie Meister did a huge job. And he carried, like, they had 1 cleanse and 2 QSS, so basically center was useless. She couldn't, like, a Glacial Tomb, I think it is. Her ultimate didn't do anything at all here, because she just got cleansed, and she didn't even, like, she should have used it on herself for the extra damage, but...
Frozen Tomb, Glacial Path.
Oh, okay, yeah, all of the things are just some, like, in her Qs, I think Icicle...
It's all really cool, It's all a really cool kit.
Yeah, funny. Anyway, I had a blast casting today. I hope you did too, probably. Am I right?
I loved it.
Yeah, and as we get, like, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on teams because we got subbed in, like, last minute. Somebody asked me. I hope you had fun anyway, and good game to all the winners and also the losers. Sometimes you get unlucky, but I hope everybody had fun today. Have a good night, guys. Don't have a good night. Have a better night, actually. So, see ya. And I don't know what time it is in Minnesota, but you're probably gonna be somewhere around afternoonish. So hopefully you have a nice dinner, whatever you're gonna do. Good night.
I'm just gonna 5 a.m. I'm just gonna go to bed. Goodbye, everybody.